Good evening and welcome to the live commentary of Arsenal v Wolves. Mike is doing a solo commentary on this tonight.
Again, on the back of one earlier as well.
Yeah, after he did a solo commentary of his other side, Stevenage FC v Hull City in the FA Cup second round replay.
No, not replay. Don't have replays this year.
No, they don't have replays in the second round. Sorry, and they actually drew 1-1 and won 6-5 on penalties.
Yeah, that's right. We did. Yeah, it was a good FA Cup tie as well. Didn't have 6 goals like Matt had on his stream, but penalties is always another good way of finalising a game. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is now also live on Storm FM on Mike's 7 till 10 slot.
On my show that I would normally be doing. Exactly. Yeah. So we've got about 10 minutes till kick off. We're hopefully going to have the thoughts of Wolves fan Kieran Riley a little bit later as well, either half time or full time or possibly even both. Not sure exactly. Can't go onto Twitter without seeing Stevenage post, by the way, from all the players. But I was going to the Wolves lineup and get their lineup. I don't know what the Arsenal lineup is anyway, but wanted to have a little look at that for Wolves, and we've got their lineup now. And the Wolves lineup consists of, let's see, scroll down. Right, so the Arsenal lineup's up, so the Wolves lineup should be underneath. Here we go. So in goal, well, they've written it really small to get this in big screen. Rui Patricio is in goal. They've got a back three of Bolly, Cody, and Markel. Then the wing backs are Semedo and Neto. Midfield two are then Donker and Moutinho, and then Adama and Podence are playing off of Raul Jimenez. And they've got Ruddy, Huiva, Nori, Neves, Silva, Vitinho, and Kilman on the bench, which is the Wolves lineup. The Arsenal lineup for today's game: Leno, Bellerin, David Luiz is back in as well to replace Holden, Gabriel, Tierney, Ceballos, Xhaka, Willock, Willian. Aubameyang leads the line, and then Saka is in as well to replace the suspended Nicolas Pepe, and then Runnison, Cedric, Holden. El Nenny's back in the squad after his bout with COVID as well. Nelson, Lacazette, and Eddie Nketiah make up the Arsenal bench.
Yeah, I'd like to also give a big shout out to Brad Hardware, who does a lot of the behind the scenes work for RS Media and Storm FM. If it weren't for him, we wouldn't have 2 decent websites.
Yeah, for sure.
We wouldn't have the promotions of us wanting more presenters or commentators or assistant managers or managers or whatever else.
Yeah.
Without him, I mean, the overlays that he's done for Storm, for StreamYard, for RS Media, and Stevenage FC interviews, but you can't thank him enough.
Absolutely, I have to agree with that as well.
So this is going to be a very interesting game.
I think it will be, yeah. If you look at the two sides as well, I want to see where Wolves are in the table. Spurs are back top of the league on the back of that 0-0 with Chelsea. And I just want to have a little look here now in regards to where they are in the table, these two sides. I think Arsenal are in the bottom half anyway. I'm trying to think what position. And of course, earlier, United won 3-2 against Southampton. We saw them move up a few places as well. But let's have a little look at how the Premier League table currently stands, with Arsenal sitting down in 14th position and Wolves are in 11th. So win for Arsenal can see them move up to 6th position, I think it is, if there's a few goals in it. Maybe 7th, 6th, 7th, there or thereabouts. And if Wolves are to win, then they can move up as high as 5th.
you can move up to as far as 6, yeah.
Yeah.
And Wolves can move up to as far as 5th.
That's right. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
Need to get a few goals if that's the case, though. And you're looking at the form as well. Arsenal have lost, won, lost, and drawn, and Wolves have won, drawn, lost, and drawn out of the last 5. Yeah.
And I'd also like to say a big thanks to Matty Eilers as well. He did a live commentary for RS Media earlier on today for Bristol Rovers, his favourite team, against Darlington, where they won 6-0 in the FA Cup.
Exactly right. It was a big win for Bristol Rovers. I think that's the biggest win of the weekend as well, if I remember rightly.
Yeah. Before Kings Lynn's 6-1 defeat.
Yeah, when they played Portsmouth. Yeah.
And I've just found out that Marine have gone through after 120 minutes.
Yeah, it was extra time. They won 1-0. The goal was in the 119th minute, I think it was, in extra time. Yeah.
Against National League Southside, Havant and Waterlooville.
Yeah, so that's another lower league team in there who got the possibility of facing guys or somebody like City, Leicester, Chelsea, any of the big teams really that are in the hat. It'd be great to see them get a good tie. Yeah.
And the next thing I'm going to mention is a big rest in peace to Diego Maradona, who sadly passed away at the age of 60. There will be a 1 minute silence for that. But breaking news, Papa Bouba Diop, the former Fulham,
I know what this is. I've seen it. Yeah.
Fulham and Portsmouth midfielder, has sadly passed away, aged 42. He was
very young. Yeah.
He was inspirational in the 2002 World Cup, where he scored the goal that beat France 1-0 in the 2002 World Cup in South Korea and Japan. So rest in peace to Papa Bouba Diop there.
Yeah.
So,
and of course, you mentioned Maradona as well. And on the same day that Maradona passed, there was a passing away of an Arsenal fan as well, Heavy D, who was, of course, known for Storage Hunters and also being on Big Brother, big Arsenal fan. And he sadly lost his life on Thursday as well. So it's going to be kind of a double memorial for Arsenal here. They'll do the minute silence for Maradona, but the Arsenal players will have Heavy D in their thoughts and in their prayers as well.
Yeah, surely they will. Especially he did a lot for Arsenal Fan TV as well, didn't he? So
yeah, he did a lot. Yeah.
So big rest in peace to them three, because no one deserves to lose their life. And if you're interested in the...
Oh, absolutely not. And I was just looking there in regards to the...
And if you're interested in NFL, Titans at Colts is live on Sky Sports NFL. It's currently 21-14.
I was just going to say that as well. Okay. All right. Just going to say that, of course, we've mentioned those 3 people have sadly lost their lives. Also, just want to send our prayers out there to anyone that's affected by the current situation with COVID as well. Anyone suffering through that or has lost anyone through that, then of course our thoughts are with all of you guys too.
Yeah, definitely. And Connor Cody's back in the team.
2 teams Oh, just in the. Yeah, he's back starting. Yeah.
Because last week they did
2 teams are in the dressing room. Not in the dressing room.
in the tunnel.
In the tunnel.
Adama Traore there. I don't care about this COVID. I'll just fist pump Hector Bellerin. But it was always
Two of the
happen.
fastest players in the division as well.
And it was always going to happen when they both played for each. Oh, both played for Spain in the last international break.
They did, yeah, they did. It's an empty Emirates Stadium, but it's only empty today. It would be Arsenal against Vienna on Thursday. It will be the first game where the fans are allowed to return.
And that will be a capacity of at least, at most, 2,000 fans, because London is tier 2. But there's
tier
been
2,
a lot. There is a lot of people moaning that Cornwall's the only tier 1, but they don't have a professional football club. So do you expect it? But don't forget, tomorrow, from 8 p.m. tomorrow, we will have a RS Media live podcast that is running every month. Normally it's on a Wednesday, but because the last day of the month is actually on a Monday, which is where we would do our pre-recorded slot, we have decided to do it live from 8 p.m. tomorrow.
And actually, there's a Stevenage game as well, isn't there, Wednesday, which is another reason too.
Yeah. Also, because we need to have as many people on as well. And that could be the first game with Stevenage as well, with fans.
No, it's an away game, Walsall. I don't know whether Walsall will have what their attendance is like, but yeah, if they're what tier they're in.
I think let's quickly look at Walsall. But the team, it's actually a back four for Wolves again tonight.
Yeah, I did see that.
Which is uninteresting because, it's very interesting because it is, we're going into a 1 minute silence. And that was the 1 minute applause.
The end of that now. The from O'Donnell, the respect from O'Donnell, yeah.
Yeah. And it was a good little touch there from Wolves. But
to bring out the Argentina banner, yeah.
Well, a shot with number 10 on, but covering over the name because I'm sure it's Daniel Podence's number. But we'll hand over to Mike. He'll take you through the first half, and I'll be back at halftime.
Right, so it looks like the players are just about to take a knee as well. Let's have a little look here now. Are they going to take the knee today? Let's see. Yep, they are. Yeah, just about to do that now, or getting underway. And but Bambi on Willock on the screen as well. And Wolves are going to kick off here now, and it's Wolves to kick off there, and it's with a moment towards Neto. Was that? Or no, it wasn't. Was it? I think straight away Wolves won a corner after about 17 seconds there. Granit Xhaka put it behind, and it's put behind there the Swiss man. I want to see if that was in. I think it might have been. Was it Neto that gave him the ball originally? I think it might have been. But it's put behind anyway, and it's an early opportunity for Wolves here now. Within 1 minute of the game. But Lano's got his Arsenal an outfield shirt by the looks of it. It was very similar to the away outfield shirt anyway. And it's a chance here, well cleared, but it's on the edge of the box here for Wolves now. Started brightly, have the visitors. And it's a good play there by Willian. He's won the ball back, as he knows. And it's out of play, is it? Yeah. 20 Priori, but wasn't able to keep it in. And straight away, Wolves are on the front foot in the ascendancy of the game. They're just showing Mikel Arteta on the screen as well, unbeaten in 4 games. Last time out, it was a 2-0 victory for Arsenal with Saka and Lacazette scoring. And then in this fixture last year, it was 1-1 with the 2 main strikers scoring. Aubameyang for Arsenal after about 21 minutes, I think it was. And Raul Jimenez equalised, I think it was about 70-something minutes for Wolves in that game. And Wolves are starting brightly here, looking very dangerous. It's Traore on the ball at the moment. And well cleared there by Arsenal. It was Gabriel got there. And it was Tierney. Ceballos now. Out to Saka. Saka's going to, or was it Saka? Trying to take it round a few players into Aubameyang. Out there to Joe Willock, that is, I think. Running at the Saka now. Saka for Arsenal into Aubameyang. And good defender by Wolves there. Aubameyang wasn't able to get there. And it's now with Jimenez. He's going to go and try and play it out there to the Wolves man, which is trying to see who that was. But anyway, it's with them at the moment in midfield. It's with Cody at the moment. Anyway, the captain today. So we're just having a look here now. Just over on the right hand side, right back position, Traore, or right wing back. He's got there the ball given to him. There's a free kick in there. I think that's Joe Willock that's gone down there, was it? Yeah, it's gone down on his arm. He's holding his leg, actually, in fact. And it was Traore that caught him there. Let's see, was it? Yeah. Yeah, he stood on his foot after the ball had been played, yeah. So that's a free kick, Arsenal, in their own half. It's now with David Luiz here for our Brazilian centre-back. Former Chelsea man, of course. Going to go long towards Willian. Man in there. Ceballos lets it roll through to Xhaka. Out to Willian now. Willian's going to try and get the ball in. And it's turned behind by Cody for an Arsenal corner. 4 minutes in, still 0-0. And both sides have had corners of the game. Wolves had theirs in about 20 seconds. And Arsenal have had theirs now in this minute here. The 4 minute. Willian's over it. Willian's going to whip this one in a minute. Gabriel in there and Xhaka and Aubameyang and Luiz all in the box there for Arsenal amongst everybody else as well. Because on the edge of the box. And it's Willian's ball in. Oh, unlucky there. I think there's a foul in there and it's a head collision with 2 players on the floor, one from each side. I think the man down is David Luiz. I'm not too sure who the man down for Wolves is, but big clash of heads there between the two. Yeah, just got the physios on now. A very early collision, and straight away physios are on and checking them over. I think they're still being treated. Yeah, they are. And one of them looks like he's going to need the physio, not the physio, the stretcher maybe. What is that? The Wolves man who's going to. He got more of a serious injury. Arsenal man there. They're both being treated anyway as it stands at the moment. One of them, the stretcher has come on. Just want to see what it's for. Or whether it's for both. Whether they're both going to need to be substituted on into this game now. I think the stretcher was for the Arsenal. Was it the Arsenal man? And they called him for the golf cart, I think, to come on now as well to help him off the pitch. And David Luiz is up. Is he or sitting up anyway? Rob Holding's warming up. Luiz is sitting up though, and the Wolves man isn't up yet. But they have both got their subs warming up. This is going to be probably 2 substitutions here, 1 for each by the look of it. David Luiz is moving up and standing up a little. So let's see what's going to happen here. If he's going to be able to carry on or not. But the Wolves man, Luiz has got a big cut on his forehead there, which has been looked at, and he's got the physio's got the towel too. But the Wolves man's still down at the moment. That's the Wolves man that the physio was on, brought the stretcher on for as well. And I think they've got, what's that there? A bit of plastic. Is that not an, what's that for? Maybe, I don't know. Yeah. That's an oxygen tank, oxygen thing. But we're still 0-0 and haven't had many opportunities so far. There was one opportunity for both sides, really, at the start of the game. But it looks like we're about
right. I've come back in
here with Wolves.
It is Raul Jimenez. It's Raul Jimenez. He's had a collar put on Jimenez as well. Apparently, he is the collision was bad. It reminded me of that Michael Timlin and Michael Boss. Was it Michael Boss?
Yeah. Dembele. Nah, Bira Dembele. Yeah.
Bira Dembele. Yeah, it reminded me of that. I'm just
it looks like going to be a sub for Wolves straight away. It looks like just coming off. I think Kieran wants to come in. Does he as well? Talk about this.
Yeah. Well, just Kieran jump in quickly about this.
Yeah, mate. So what did you make to that challenge then? There's no malice in there. They're both going for the ball, aren't they? But I think both players look like they're probably going to be coming off. I know Luiz is sitting down at the moment, and Jimenez looks like he's definitely coming off. But what did you make of that overall?
Kieran, you're muted.
Hello? We can't hear you if that's the case.
Shalom. There we go. I don't think there's anything serious involved in that challenge, to be fair. I think it's just like a severe clash of bodies. Obviously, the collar's gone on. Yeah. The collar's gone on Jimenez as a standard
precaution.
Standard precaution, because he must be complaining of tingling somewhere in his arms and legs, which means, obviously, from medical background, I know exactly what that means. So they're securing him, so he stays completely still. So he's off to hospital now, which means he'll be out for a few weeks.
Could be longer.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope it's only a few weeks, if not only one game.
Yeah, of course.
So obviously this is
looks like the
quite
has been as well. Yeah,
quite serious for the two. Obviously, Silver's coming on now, so this will be a decent run for him to get a good full. Well, I say a full game. It's about 80 minutes worth now.
Well, to be honest, 85. It is virtually going to be 90 minutes, really. Yeah.
So at least he's going to get pretty much a full game out of him now. It's going to be a tough few hours. Definitely going to be keeping an eye on the socials.
David Luiz is looking like he is going to carry on as well.
Yeah, just putting a headband on him. Yeah.
Which is indicating that he should be carrying on. But in my opinion, I don't think he should be.
Not when he's had a head like that. Yeah.
That Bira Dembele and Michael Boswick wouldn't have carried on. Michael Timlin.
Yeah. Well, they did carry on. I think Dembele did come back on again.
I wouldn't want them both on there.
No, yeah. And actually, there's no need to when you've got Rob Holding on the bench as well. Like, it's an easy substitution to make. And, even more so now.
I think it's more
in the Europa League, yeah.
I think it's more of the fact the Premier League are only allowing 3 subs, where if this was in the Championship or in League 1 and League 2, where you can use 5 subs. I think that's why they're trying to do the precautions a bit. They don't want to use a sub. This is a serious injury, but they won't want to use a sub if they can't get away with it.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's why the medical staff are looking at David Luiz and taking their time over it, just to make sure that he is all right to carry on. And if there is any signs of anything, then I'm sure Arteta will pull him off as quickly as he can. And got replacements there that the likes of Rob Holding, as I said before, to bring on if need be. Yeah.
What's your thinking of the back 4? Because you normally play a back 5, and this is the second week in a row you've played a back 4.
Sorry, are you talking to me then? Apologies, I'm like miles away.
Yeah.
What was your question, mate?
What's your thoughts on playing a back 4? Because you normally play a back 5, and this is the second week in a row that you've played a back 4.
Interesting, to be fair. I mean, in the Southampton game, it sort of paid off and it didn't at the same time. It's interesting to see what he's playing with this back 4. Maybe he's trying to change his tactics, because obviously playing the back 5, everyone knew that was what our main plan was.
Yeah.
But
I think Holding's getting ready to come on as well. I think David Luiz is be taken off it.
David Luiz looks too spaced out. He should. I'm hoping they follow concussion protocol and they do take him off.
They should, though.
I think they are. I think Holding just went to get his shirt, so it looks like they are going to be doing that. Yeah.
Why would he need a head bandage? No.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Well, no, he's being walked off, which must mean he's staying on.
Yeah.
He's going to row. Did he just put his arm in?
I'm slightly ahead of you. Raul's now being stretchered off.
That's it. Yeah, I've got that as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think he's talking. I think Raul's alert, so that this looks weird seeing David Luiz with an afro.
with a head bandage on, yeah.
Afro and a headband, yeah. It's all right, we'll know it's him anyway when he buries the winner in the 90th minute.
Mate, wouldn't be so sure. Remember what our track record is for you guys? It's either a boring draw or a catastrophic win.
That's what Arteta's record, though, is 4 times against Wolves, and he's won all 4 of them, so...
Well, it looks like David Luiz is definitely staying on.
Sorry, not won them all. Unbeaten, I should say.
Well, it's always a 1-1 draw, isn't it, normally?
Yeah,
pretty much.
1-1 at the Emirates last year, yeah. But Jimenez won't be on to score, which is okay. He won't get the equalising goal today.
Yeah, I want Silva to get a debut goal. I mean, he can get 2 debut goals for the under-21s. He can get a debut goal for the team today.
Yeah.
I'm sure Nuno Espirito Santos said something to David Luiz. Hope you're all right as well, because you don't want to see that. But we'll hand back.
It was probably not. It was probably saying, "Why have you gone and had to injure my main striker?"
Yeah,
so this is going to be before we disappear. It's going to be a very intense 24 to 48 hours now. So hopefully I'll hear something before the. Hopefully we'll hear something before the end of tonight about what's going on.
Yeah, hopefully he's going to be all right. Yeah.
Well, we wish Raul
the best
recovery, whatever
Absolutely.
it is.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll hand back to Mike, who's going to take us through till halftime.
You don't want to stay on with me, Kieran. I had to talk about Wolves for a little bit because I don't really know many of the Wolves players. But no, we've got Wolves in possession at the moment. I think there's Cody there. Plays it out wide to the right-hand side. There's long ball towards Traore, but it's it was that Kieran Tierney wins the header and wins the free kick as well. And he was down on the floor though. We're going to have another head injury straight away. Kieran Tierney's all right. He's up and moving, and Arsenal are back underway with David Luiz now in the headband. He's trying to bring it out of defence. Very slowly moving out of defence there. Gives it to Gabriel. Gives it back to David Luiz again. Going to knock it onto Dani Ceballos, the on-loan Real Madrid man, back for his second season. And he just knocks it out of play there. Bellerin tried to keep it in, but wasn't able to. And it's a Wolves throw-in. Nuno Espirito Santo there looking on. As Wolves take this throw-in now. And it's well headed up into the air there by... Who was that there? That was the Silva, Fabio Silva, I think, is involved in that one. And put behind now. Neto wasn't able to do anything with that. It's gone behind for an Arsenal throw-in. Did I say we've had 17 minutes, but we've actually only played about 6 or 7 of those. So I'm sure there'll be plenty of stoppage time at the end of this half. It's with Leno, back to David Luiz again, who almost steps over the ball and misses it there, but he wins the throw-in. Does the Arsenal man in the end with his ball. William was beaten to it and put behind. It's with Willock now in the centre of midfield. Let's take a roll for Xhaka. No foul given. Willock wins it back though. Dani Ceballos is in there, and he's won the free kick. So we're just going to have a look there. I don't know if there was too much in that one actually. The referee pulled it back for a foul, but I don't know whether it really was an awful lot in that. And Xhaka takes it quickly to David Luiz. Back to Xhaka again, is it? Yeah. And Xhaka's going to look up and try and get the ball into Gabriel. Gabriel tries to go long, and it's all the way through to Rui Patricio, just lets it roll out of play. $11 minutes injury time at the moment. Yeah, probably about that. Yeah. And hi to everyone that's in the main chat as well. How you doing? We've got Giggsy in there, we've got Russ in there, and some others as well. Hopefully you're all doing okay. As the ball's being played at the moment with Arsenal, David Luiz has got it. He's going to try and bring it out of defence here, and he gives the ball to Aubameyang, who's offside though. Referee, it's blown up for that one. And Connor Cody's over it. And it's well intercepted there by Kieran Tierney. Won that well. And it's with Granit Xhaka now for Arsenal. He's going to give it back to Gabriel. Gabriel to Xhaka. Xhaka to Willock. Willock to Gabriel. Gabriel to the bandaged up David Luiz on to Dani Ceballos. He's going to look to play it into Granit Xhaka again here now. Just having a look at the top goal scorers. Salah's top of the charts, then Vardy, then Aubameyang, who's on 56 at the moment since his Premier League debut, with Harry Kane and Sadio Mane just behind. And then we've got Granit Xhaka. It's now with Gabriel, though. And it's now with David Luiz out to Ceballos. Ceballos is going to bring it to Willian, and Willian's going to go out to Bellerin over on this right-hand side. Into Willian now again. Into Ceballos. Ceballos into Bellerin now over on this right touchline. And it's now with Willock. He's going to try and get into the box, is he? No. Well intercepted there by Wolves. And on the counter, Fabio Silva just brought down there by Dani Ceballos, though. It looks like there's going to be a free kick. No, don't think there's going to be a book in there. Leno is wearing the away kit. Yeah, I thought he was. Yeah. I don't know why. I have no idea why, but he is wearing the Arsenal away kit. I'm not too sure what that's about. But yeah, I don't really know. It's with Wolves. Traore now into the middle. He's gone out wide there to who was that there? Neto's got it anyway at the moment. Then Donker as well is involved, and Size, I think that is. That's with Wolves at the moment, just passing it around on this right-hand side. And it's Arsenal trying to win it back. It's at the moment straight away with who is that? Is that Dendoncker or is that Moutinho? I don't even remember who was playing, to be fair. You know, you'll have to see why Leno's wearing that away kit. Yeah. I know it did come up. Wolves are just passing it around in the midfield at the moment.
Back into the club.
And it's a chance here for Wolves. Traore there. And it's Granit Xhaka. Wins it back. And he's fouled as well by Traore there. Definitely does. At the moment, anyway. David Luiz tries to feed Willian, and it's gone out of play for a Wolves ball. And I'm going to actually just grab something there a minute, because I can actually see the Wolves lineup then, hopefully. I know my phone's hopefully be able to get who these players are after the lineup there for Wolves and what their numbers are. And it's Rui Patricio anyway at the moment. He's going to take this one. And he goes... It was up there now. The one the header there, I think that was Granit Xhaka there. And Connor Cody's going to boot it long for Wolves out to the right-hand side. There's an opportunity here now. It's put into the box and it's well defended by Bellerin. Willett there as well. Willian got it now. Tries to get it out to Aubameyang, but it's well defended by Wolves there. Just playing it around at the back now, Wolves, at the moment. It's very slow tempo to this game so far on the back of those injuries. As Wolves are in possession in the midfield. They've won a free kick there. Referee says yes. It was the substitute, Fabio Silva, and then David Luiz on it again, this time taking out Fabio Silva. Of course, Silva came on to replace the Wolves striker Neto, who was the one that come off. Just having a look here now at the the formation for Wolves. And so it's with, at the moment, Marcal is on the ball. Going to give it back to Moutinho. He's going to go back to Cody. And Cody's going to go across to Willy Bolly. Sorry, was it Bolly? Yeah, it was Bolly, in fact. Plays it into Dendoncker now. And out to Traore. Traore's giving it away there to Saka. And Saka's going to knock it back to Kieran Tierney. He's going to knock it back to Gabriel. He's going to knock it across to David Luiz for Arsenal now. And then he's going to knock it back. Or try and bring it out of defence now. He's gone on a little run, then gives it to Dani Ceballos. Ceballos is bringing it out of midfield into Willian, into Bellerin. And Bellerin into Ceballos. He's just about made up the ball down, won it back. David Luiz, Gabriel. Gabriel is going to knock it on to Kieran Tierney, but it's gone out of play there. So Wolves are going to have this throw in a minute. Gabriel's tried to get the ball out to him, of course. Just on the screen now is Mikel Arteta, the Arsenal manager, former captain as well. And it's booted out of play there by the Wolves right back, Semedo, that was, I think, who just hoofed that one clear. And Kieran Tierney's on it for this throw-in. To Saka, to Tierney. Tierney's going to try and give it to Willock, to Saka again now. Saka to try and take it round one or two players. And I think, has he won the throw, or was it Wolves ball? I think it was a Wolves ball there. Semedo claimed it, and I think he's won it as well. Yeah, Jimenez came off. That's what I was saying. Yeah. It's with Wolves now. Connor Cody. And he's given it to... Oh, it's gone out to Neto anyway. Neto's got it there now. He's going to give it to Moutinho. Moutinho's going to give it into Bolly. He's going to play it into the man Silva there. And it's Traore on a run here against Tierney. Into the box, and it's headed off the bar there, and then fired into the back of the net by the substitute. Was it? No, it wasn't the substitute. In fact, he put the goal in. It was Neto, the number 7. Who was it that originally hit the bar? But Wolves are leading. Neto with a finish. I want to see who that was that had the original effort, and Arsenal was scrambling. And yeah, Neto was on hand there to put the ball into the back of the net. There was a good play there by the substitute, Fabio Silva. Might have been him that had the original header, was it? Let's see. No, it went over him, and it was... who was it? It was put in by Neto, and I think the original one was Dendonka, possibly, that had the original header, yeah. And Wolves are leading at the Emirates on the back of course, that goal there from Neto, and Gabriel was on the line and could have done more, maybe, but it's good play by Wolves, good ball in by Traore, headed by Dendonka, and then put in by Neto off of Gabriel and into the back of the net. That's his 3rd goal of the season as well. Equals his tally for last year by the looks of it, which is not too bad for the Wolves man. I was going to say he's Portuguese, but most of them are. It's with David Luiz now for Arsenal. It's just a shame that Wolves aren't wearing their Portugal kit, the one that looks like Portugal, because actually it would sum it up pretty, accurately. Kieran Tierney here for Arsenal now into Willock even. To Xhaka, to Gabriel. Xhaka now. To David Luiz. Onto Ceballos. 1-2 there with Kieran, with Bellerin. And that's with Gabriel. A chance here for Arsenal to go on the attack with Willock. Tierney, Willock. Good ball in there to Tierney. Tierney's going to whip it in to Aubameyang. Oh, good defending there by the Wolves man. Bellerin tried to get the cross in. I think, has he won the corner ball there? Yeah, he has. It's a good play by Arsenal. Aubameyang was in there. I want to see, who was that won the... Was it Cody that won the tackle? Got the block in? Yeah, it was. It was Connor Cody. That was a fantastic bit of play there from the Wolves skipper. Really needed to do that, because it would have been 1-1 with the way that Aubameyang was sort of running into that, yeah. Good play by Tierney to get it in there, and if Cody doesn't get it there, then Aubameyang does, and that's 1-1. So that was much needed from the Wolves man. the England international, of course, these days. We've got a chance here now for Arsenal. It's whipped in by Willian, and Gabriel rises, and Gabriel heads it into the back of the net for 1-1. Beautiful play by Arsenal there. Short corner, and it's whipped in. Gabriel rises above everyone, and there is the equaliser. Arsenal 1, Wolves 1. Same score as last week. Oh, sorry, not last week. Last year, I should say, in the reverse fixture. Willian took that one short there to Bellerin. He got it back from the Spanish man. And a lovely ball in. Brazilian to the back of the net. And we're level again. Good header by Gabriel. Towering header. He rises above his man and powers that one into the back of the net. Bit of shirt pulling as well. They're looking up there, are they? Or I think it's on Gabriel rather than anything else. So he's actually being held back and still manages to rise above and get the head to it. But yeah, we're level at 1-1 now. We've had 30 minutes of the game. And the game's actually into life a bit now as the ball's with Willock there. Saka's involved as well. He's given away though. That's good play there, Xhaka. But he has actually just caught his man in the end. He's going to give away a free kick there now. And it's going to be taken over on that right-hand side. It's given to all the way back to Cody now anyway. He's got there. And Cody's going to go long, which he does. And well, one there by David Luiz. Neto, was he caught by Xhaka there? Yes, he was. And Dendonka tried to, not Dendonka, Martinho, sorry, tried to take that quick, and he did as well. Excuse me. And we've got the Wolves are in possession at the moment in the midfield there with Martinho out to Marcal. And there's a chance here for Wolves to try and get down the flank, and they weren't able to. It was put behind for Wolves throwing, was it? No. Bellerin kept it in. It's now out of play for a Wolves throw-in over here now. So far, just want to have a look at some stats. Arsenal have had one shot, one on target, one in the back of the net. Wolves have had one on target, which is the goal, and one off target as well. Wolves 58% to Arsenal's 42%, and Wolves have completed 136 passes to Arsenal's 97. Just a few stats here. It's with Wolves at the moment now. With Bolly, who's going to go out to Semedo. Aubameyang's in here now, off of Saka, that was, and he's going to try and feed it again. Saka's in. Good defending there by Wolves, and tied it up and put away. And it's Traore's on the run here now. And Wolves are in, and it's a good block there by David Luiz to deny the Wolves man Fabio Silva from getting the ball across. Oh, David Luiz done well to get that one behind. It's bleeding again from the head, so that might need to be changed now. The headband. Although the referee hasn't said anything about it, it's going to be a Wolves corner. Just going to get on with it, I think. And it's headed, and it's straight into the hands of Leno eventually, but there's an opportunity there for Dendonka, the Wolves man. Leno done well to smother that one and claim it. I think it's the second time of asking. I think it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Bit of shoving in there by Saka as well on Cody maybe, but referee's not going to look at it. Gabriel now to Luiz to Ceballos. Danny Ceballos is on a run for Arsenal now into Willian. Ceballos again, then Gabriel, the goal scorer. Xhaka, Gabriel again. And Gabriel is giving it to Willock there. Back to Xhaka, back to Gabriel. He's moved to sort of left side of the pitch at the moment into Willian there. Was he shoved? No, he wasn't. Bellerin there's won it, as he knows. Back with Wolves, though. And it's now Semedo, I think that was. He tried to give the ball away, to try to get the ball forward, and Tooney intercepted. Now with Arsenal. Xhaka. Bellerin. Aubameyang into the box. Bellerin's in there from little touchback from Willian, but well defended by Marcal there. And it's Wolves on the attack, and it's good defending by David Luiz, who wins the throw-in as well. Off of the Wolves man. It's with Ceballos from Xhaka. Ceballos going to go long. Aubameyang's in, and Aubameyang couldn't quite get there. Luiz is moaning that he can't see, is he? Okay. Is that what the blood was all about? Was it the blood was covering his eyes? We got Cody now on the ball to Patricio for Wolves. And Patricio is going to take his time over this one, is in, try and get Wolves to move forward a little bit with it. Yeah, he does. He goes to Marcal. He goes back to Connor Cody this time. Is he going to go short to Bolly? Yeah, he does. He goes short to his centre-back partner. And he gets it back from him as well. Connor Cody does. And then Marcal again. He's going to go on to Neto, is he? No. He goes back. Or no. A little bit of dallying on the ball there. Williams trying to close him down. Marcal to Cody this time. Then all the way back to the goalkeeper, Rui Patricio. And then to Bolly. And well played there by Kieran Tierney for Arsenal, the Scottish left back. Into Granit Xhaka now. Xhaka's going to go and knock it on to Gabriel, the Arsenal goal scorer. Equalising for Arsenal, of course, from Neto's early goal for Wolves. Balled forward towards Saka there. Saka's in. Saka tries to get a crossing, but there was nothing of that. A bit of a skewed attempt, and it's gone behind for an Arsenal corner, I think. I think they took a deflection off of the Wolves man last. Let's see. Oh, or did he just leave it? Oh, no. Yeah, he did. He won the corner off of, I think it was Bolly he won it off of, yeah. Looks like Williams over this one again. Brazilian international. And William whips it in. And Jakov was beaten to it by... Oh, no, it's a chance there for Arsenal now. Williams got it back to Xhaka. Gabriel was miscontrolled in that one, and it's a bit of head tennis in the end. And it's now a giveaway a free kick there, did the Brazilian anyway. And it's just about to be taken. This free kick on the edge of the box. It's Connor Cody from Rui Patricio out to Marcal again. It goes long towards Neto for Wolves up against David Luiz. Neto's in, and it's whizzed wide of sort of past everyone, I should say, there, and out of play for an Arsenal throw-in with Kieran Tierney on the left-hand side. Nobody trying to get on it for Wolves. But yeah, Neto running the channel there up against David Luiz. You know, trickery, step overs, and Gabriel lets it roll through, and then he touched on that, and then it could end up in the back of the net. But Gabriel was falling on it, is he? Or what are they looking at here? But anyway, there was nobody in there for Wolves. I think, you know, they're looking at probably potentially if Jimenez is in there, then he'll get on the end of those sort of ones, I think, maybe. And it's Traore now, and it's Granit Xhaka's won it for Arsenal there and got it clear. But that's the kind of ball that Jimenez would definitely love to attack. It's a chance here now from this throw-in by Semedo. And Semedo's going to throw it into Dendonka, was that? I think. No, was it? No, it wasn't. I don't think. Anyway, it's all the way back with Rui Patricio now. And it's Connor Cody, knocks it out to Markel. Into Podence there, Daniel Podence. Neto's involved as well. It's Markel again now. To Gian Moutinho all the way back to the goalkeeper. Arsenal forcing him back. And won it back in midfield here as well now by Saka. Trying to feed it to Aubameyang, but it's gone all the way through to Patricio. Just having a look here about the touches as well. Aubameyang has only had the one touch in the area, and that was don't really remember what that was. It wasn't a goal scoring opportunity anyway. And then you had 5 touches in this first half so far as well as the Arsenal man, Arsenal captain, of course, and recently signed a new contract. Just started the season with Markel now from the Patricio there. There's a little bit of something there between David Luiz and Daniel Podence, I think it was. Free kick's gone Wolves' way. And they have got on with it, and I don't know, the referee didn't really look into it, or didn't want to give any bookings or whatever. Gabriel's won it back for Arsenal. Xhaka tries to feed Saka. And then it's well defended by Wolves now. We're going to go and try and attack through. Traore takes it round Xhaka and nutmegs him in the end, actually, as well. And he feeds an on-running Neto, is that? Who has a shot, and it's saved by Leno. Podence is in. Is that 2-1? Yeah, it is. Daniel Podence has given Wolves the lead for the second time in the game. Leno with the original save, and he parries it out straight to the on-running Wolves man, and Wolves are back in front again for a second time. I smile if we win. Especially on the back of this so far. It's a good little run there by Neto and saved by Leno. Gabriel dives in and Podence takes it round him easy and slots it into the back of the net. There's 2-1. Skips past him easy there. Too easy. Yeah. It's a bit weak from Leno actually as well. The big German goalkeeper. And Wolves are back in front for the second time in the game. Now we have David Luiz for Arsenal from Bellerin's pass. Luiz to Gabriel. Back to David Luiz again. Going to knock it on to Denis Ceballos this time. Arsenal really have to try and get the ball moving a bit now. Denis Ceballos gives it to David Luiz to Gabriel. Try and get the ball through to Aubameyang as well. Out to Joe Willock. Joe Willock there is in the centre midfield position. Gives it to David Luiz. David Luiz takes his time over it and then goes back to Gabriel, his defensive partner. Who goes into Joe Willock again. Then to Saka now. Out to Tierney. He wins the throw-in over on this left-hand side. Off of Daniel Podence, the goal scorer. So now with Gabriel for Arsenal to Granit Xhaka. And Gabriel going to try and run it out. Gives it to Willock now. He's going to give it into Willian. Willian's going to run and win a free kick there as well. In a very dangerous shooting position there for Arsenal. Possible shooting opportunity for maybe, a shot at the Wolves goal. And see if you can test the goalkeeper Rui Patricio there from this sort of dangerous position. And it's going to be David Luiz, Xhaka, Ceballos or Willian. One of those 4 are all over it at the moment. I wonder if it's going to be a David Luiz smashing shot, or if it's going to be one that's a bit more placed. Luiz looks like he fancies it, and Luiz is over it. And Luiz fires it over the top of the goal and not troubling the Wolves goalkeeper Rui Patricio at all there. Didn't even test him. We're coming up to the 45-minute mark. we are going to have a lot of stoppage time, mate, for that injury to Raul Jimenez as well, with a collision with David Luiz. There will be probably at least 10, 11, maybe even 12 minutes stoppage time in this half, yeah. It's with Wolves now. And Semedo's in. Was it or Traore? I think now it's Traore, yeah. And it's with Wolves at the moment. Podence, the goal scorer. Traore. And it's up into the air there by the substitute, Fabio Silva, into the hands of Bernd Leno. And we have got 10 minutes of stoppage time. So we're going to be here for a little while, yeah, in this half. The ball's being played around at the back with Xhaka there. David Luiz goes long towards Aubameyang. Aubameyang's in. Aubameyang can have a half shot at goal when it's easy for the Wolves goalkeeper there. Rui Patricio didn't really test him at all. It's a good header there by Gabriel. But it's Bolly there out to the right-hand side for Wolves. Into Silva now. Podence is there, then to Silva again. Back to Podence again. He's going to turn and gives the ball back to Dendoncker, I think that was. Or anyway, it's all the way back now for Wolves with Cody and Markel. Wolves are going to play it around at the back there. It's Dendoncker this time. I think it was actually Moutinho beforehand. Cody, then now it's with Bolly from that ball there out to Semedo. Back to Bolly again. It's going to try and look to go long with it, which he does. And it's towards the on-running Fabio Silva, who's in there now. And he's won the ball there as well. Giving it to Traore. Into, I think that's Dendoncker, is it? Yeah. And he's going to give it to Fabio Silva again. Good defending there by Kieran Tierney, who's been forced to put it behind for a Wolves corner ball. So we're into the 10. We've had about 2 minutes of the 10 so far. Wolves over this one, this corner ball. And it's Neto and Dendoncker, I think, over it. We see Cody trying to run in there. So to get a third here as well, it's a good time to score again. Let's see that the ball's going to be whipped in here now. There's a swarm of Wolves players in there. And it's headed clear by Arsenal in the end, but only as far as the Wolves man, Semedo. He's going to go all the way back to his goalkeeper, Rui Patricio. Joe Woodett was the man furthest forward for Arsenal there. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's there as well. But it's with Wolves at the moment, just passing it to Connor Cody. And then back to his goalkeeper again. And then he's going to go and try and get it out to the left, to the right-hand side to Semedo, who wasn't able to get up there with his header. And it's gone behind for an Arsenal throw-in. Still Wolves 1, Arsenal 2. Sorry, Wolves 2, Arsenal 1, I should say. Arsenal 1, Wolves 2. I should probably get the scores right. But yeah, it's a ball in there now, and it's straight through to Rui Patricio. It's Arsenal 1, Wolves 2. I'll correct myself there. And it's with Connor Cody. He's going to go out to Semedo. He keeps the ball in play. And it's Semedo wins the throw-in as well. Semedo gets it back from Dendoncker, I think, that time. It's now with Connor Cody here. And he goes across to Marcel. And he goes on to Neto. Neto, the man that opened the scoring in this game for Wolves. Then Arsenal equalised through Gabriel. And then Daniel Podence got the second goal. It put Wolves back in front. And they're on again here now. And it's Traore. And it's wide of the goal. It's a good play by Fabio Silva. It's good counter-attacking play by Wolves actually there. And Adama Traore's in. And he's put it wide of the goal. And, you know, yet again, it's down that side, really, down that flank. And Arsenal are being caught out, really, on that, what is it, right flank, I think it is. Coming up against Hector Bellerin. And Wolves are beating him every time. It's with Gabriel out wide to Saka now. from Saka back to Kieran Tierney onto Gabriel. Gabriel's going to give it back to the Scotsman again. The Scotsman looks up and plays it across to Saka, Willock, sorry, who gets past his man. And Willock, is he fouled there? The referee says no. And that was good play by Traore, actually, as well. It would have been a soft one to give. And he's on a little bit of a marauding run now, is the Wolves midfielder there. As we're about halfway through the 10 now. We think we've had 5 of the 10. So we're halfway into it, into the added time. Neto's on a run here. And good defending there by Ceballos. Covered Bellerin well. And he gives it back to Granit Xhaka now, his partner in midfield, who knocks it back to the Arsenal goal scorer Gabriel. Onto David Luiz. Onto Dani Ceballos. Dani Ceballos is going to look up, gives it to Willian. Short ball to Hector Bellerin into Dani Ceballos now. Dani Ceballos out to Gabriel. Gabriel on to Willock. And Willock turns his man and he gives it into Dani Ceballos. Short ball to the on-running David Luiz now. He's going to try and get the delivery in. He whips it and it's good defending by Cody in the end. And is now with Wolves as they try and bring the ball out from defence. And it's Dendonka. Now it's Bolly, and it's given away there. Xhaka into Saka, but Bolly's redeemed himself and won the ball back. It's now Granit Xhaka, the Swiss international, to Dani Ceballos. Dani Ceballos plays it into the Arsenal man Bellerin. He knocks it onto Willian. Willian here for Arsenal now. Going to whip the delivery in. And it's well won there by Semedo. But Arsenal got it through Saka. Whips the delivery into the area. The chance for Aubameyang. No, beaten to the ball there by the Wolves defence. And there's a collision there. There's another head injury now. Not too sure who that is that's down, but Arsenal are still playing on at the moment. And it was Dani Ceballos who's got a whack to the face there. And the referee has now stopped the play. Currently, Arsenal 1, Wolves 2, as we were saying before. There's a little bit of an arm to the face there on Ceballos. Not too sure whether it was deliberate or accidental. I think quite accidental in that. I don't really know, but I don't know the fact it's in the area, whether they'll look at this for anything with VAR. I don't know. And Ceballos is being helped to his feet anyway. We'll hopefully get some thoughts of Kieran again shortly as well, as we're entering the latter stages of this half. Got about 2 minutes left of the allocated 10. Bellerin, what's he saying there? Is he saying to the referee to look at it? Or I don't know what Bellerin's saying there, but referee is not going to bother anyway. And I think actually it would have been very harsh to look at that and nothing would have come of it anyway. With David Luiz now to Gabriel, all the way back to Bernd Leno, wearing the Arsenal away kit, into Xhaka there, into Ceballos now. Ceballos out to Willian. And Willian's going to try and give it back to David Luiz now, which he does, and he gives it on to Dani Ceballos. Dani Ceballos to Willian. Willian's going to try and take on a man or two, is he? Gives it to Bellerin, but Bellerin was offside anyway, and Wolves have tidied up, and looks like they're going to be going in leading at the break by the looks of this as well, with 1 minute to go. Very dogged performance from Wolves, actually, this one, and no pun intended. But they have fought well in this half. Deserve to be ahead, I think. As Rui Patricio is over this now. And Rui Patricio goes long. And it's well won by the substitute by Traore that time for Wolves, knocked on, but intercepted by Arsenal there. Gabriel to Saka. Saka's going to go long to Aubameyang, and they couldn't quite get to it though. Willock's in there as well, but it's well tidied up by Wolves, and Bolly plays the ball off of Willock for a Wolves ball. Just coming up to the end of the half now. Referee hasn't looked at his watch just yet. Won't be too long though. There's a throw in there by Wolves. Semedo throws it in. There's a chance here for them to go on it now through Traore to Dendoncker that time, I think it was. And it's now half time, and it sees the visitors lead at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal 1, Wolves 2. Wolves going ahead through Neto. Arsenal equalising back through Gabriel, the Brazilian international. And then Wolves going ahead for the second time through Daniel Podence there. And that is the score at the break. The visitors are leading by those 2-1. And we'll bring Kieran in, I think, for some thoughts as well. So how was that first half for you? I'm sure you're delighted with
it. Well, hang on, stand by one. Just to keep Brad sane, I've moved my camera away from my bed, and I've got that beautiful, sexy man on my door. Wow. Okay. A bit more of a crazier first half than I was expecting, but
it's been nuts, isn't it? It's been mental.
I don't know whether you saw my celebrations after the first one went in, and then when yours went in.
No, I didn't.
There was definitely there was a bit of swearing at the camera when you scored.
It's a good header by Gabriel, though, that one.
2-1 ahead. I'm happy at the break. Anything could happen. Like, I'm not jinxing it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying not to jinx it, but I reckon this will be ours.
Well, okay. If you played, very well in that half there, if you are to get a win, you'd have to be on that sort of level of performance again for the second as well. And I don't see us being that bad. I know, we have looked like we're going to try and create a little bit, but Aubameyang has been pretty much a passenger. I don't really know what he's done in this game so far.
Bugger all?
Yeah.
Literally,
yeah.
Bugger all.
I think that's probably the correct term.
And I said it was score as well. So.
The only thing that has annoyed me about this is Jimenez being taken off. That's messed up my Sky Sport dream team.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, it was interesting first half. 2 great goals from Neto and Podence. I think your net would have been destroyed if Dendonkers had have gone in. I think there would have been fire coming off the back of that ball.
When he smashed the front part. Yeah.
I was going to say, he absolutely smashed that. But Neto got the rebound from that, so it's perfectly fine. He scored. I think Dendoncker was robbed for his second attempt as well. Your goalkeeper should have done a Robson Green and just spilt it and let it roll in. And obviously Podence goal from starting off from that Traore. Traore's got his great. He's slowly getting back to form. I think he's starting to play a lot better now. And this back four seems to be working. It seems to be working.
Like I was going to say as well, it's kept Aubameyang out of the game, and we've got options on the bench. Reece Nelson maybe might come on. Lacazette, I'm sure will come on at some point, but Aubameyang has been dead quiet. Yeah.
Definitely going to be an interesting second half, I must say. But I think Luiz needs to come off at halftime.
He's struggling.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's bleeding through the bandage. That's usually quite a bad sign.
Yeah.
So I think.
But he's headed the ball, hasn't he? He's headed the ball again. So
a few times. Yeah.
So I think he needs to come off at halftime. In my honest opinion, not me being biased at all, but I do think he needs to come off.
I think he should have come off. I think he should have come off when Jimenez came off, and Holding's there and available. Yeah.
It's not us being well. I would have took him off. I would have been like, your health is more important than your health is more important than
the result or the game. Yeah.
yeah. Because if we go on and lose, and you're still playing, you could be part of the reason.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And we don't really want that, do we?
No.
No fan would want that. You don't want a player being ushered and blamed for everything because they didn't come off because they've got a head injury. And to be honest, I think any player that gets a head injury and has to have some sort of medical treatment, they should be told they've got to come off.
Well,
yeah, and he had quite a lot of treatment as well. Yeah.
Coming from my medical background, as you both know, when I do the Premier League, I know this is obviously kids level, but when I do the Premier League futsal tournaments or the actual Premier League 11-a-side tournaments, we have a concussion protocol given to us by the Premier League that we have to follow. So why have... I'm not saying they haven't, but why have they not gone, crap, he's got a head injury that is currently bleeding? Why is he still on the pitch where if that was me, as soon as I notice a head injury and it's bleeding, would have come straight off?
For sure. Absolutely.
This is a way as well. He could be saying, I'm not concussed.
Yeah. There's certain questions you ask someone that's concussed, and he's obviously passed those questions, but even I would still be like, you're bleeding, I'm bringing you off.
Right. Hang on. I'm trying to see if there's anything from about the news of him. Because that collision. He's probably
on Facebook.
Probably a bit too soon.
We've got someone jumping on the Artea out bandwagon on Facebook. Henry Sarbin's literally just commented Artea out.
Henry. Already, yeah.
But
can't say too much. Yeah, when he's won a trophy last. I don't know. Yeah.
There's nothing on the Twitter about it.
Build up for the goal as well. That was good.
He received oxygen, which we knew. He's been taken to hospital directly to hospital. Awful looking head injury. This is from Gary Lineker. Awful looking head injury to Raul Jimenez. Hope it's not as serious as it appears. Meanwhile, Arsenal's official Twitter page sending strength wishes to Raul. And frozen out, Gunners midfielder Mesut Ozil also tweeted saying, "Get well soon, Raul Jimenez. Hope you have a speedy recovery." So that's 3 people
and
there.
The second tweet, he also tweeted, "We're lucky." Right, I was just going to say. Secondly, he also tweeted in a second tweet, "We're lacking creativity. Put me in for the Spurs game."
He's been a right character off of football, but there's nothing that we see about Raul Jimenez. I mean, Kieran.
I don't know whether you mentioned this, but Jimenez was actually unconscious.
Yeah, I've just read.
We didn't. I didn't mention it properly. No.
Yeah. So the whole reason with the oxygen was because he was unconscious with a head injury. So obviously the neck brace is obviously they'd put that on as standard. We wouldn't normally put a neck brace on, but he's obviously come round and he's good enough to take it on. But after the initial one, he was totally gone out for the count.
Oh wow.
You could see as soon as David Luiz went into him that he was really bad and all that.
Yeah. And I think that's when David Luiz went over. I think that's when he realised that it had come round a little bit and was more sort of waking up and been a little bit more alert to where he was. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what why David Luiz. I don't know if David Luiz actually offered like some sympathy or whatever, but
He's probably gone over to see if he was okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'd do. I'd offer sympathy. I know we both had it was a 50-50 ball.
Oh, easy. Easy.
They both just collided, which you can't help.
No.
I mean, look at that time that I mentioned earlier, Bira Dembele and Michael Timlin. Both were going for a ball that was 50-50 and they clashed into each other. It happens. That's all.
Yeah, that's it.
While we're on the topic of saying thoughts and stuff, I know it's not football related, but I would like to pass on my thoughts and prayers to Romain Grosjean and his family.
Yeah,
after an absolutely horrific accident at the Bahrain Grand Prix today, and I mean absolutely horrific.
There was a big. Was it a fire and as well?
Yes. It's gone down as a racing incident, so no one's at fault. He avoided debris, or trying to avoid debris. Just swung over a little bit too far. Obviously, clipped Kvyat, and he just went straight into the barrier head first. But he's gone in at such a speed that the car's obviously split into 3 sections as it's split apart. But the gantry that he went through, the sharpness of that actually punctured the fuel cell. So that's what caused the explosion. So that fuel cell's not supposed to rupture. But with a force like that and how much it compressed, it just tore apart. It just tore apart and combust.
Well, I've just found here an article from about 12 minutes ago, and he has spoken for the first time from his hospital bed.
Oh, I haven't actually read up on that. Let's have a look.
It says Romain Grosjean has spoken for the first time since his crash at the Bahrain Grand Prix. The Haas driver took to Instagram to assure Formula One fans that he is in a good condition after his Haas car was left a flaming wreck. Following a horrible incident on the first lap of the race.
Yeah, right at the beginning. Yeah.
I'm just looking at his picture. He won't be driving next weekend.
No, won't be driving for a while. Yeah.
Well, he hasn't got X-rays performed. Confirmed. There's no fractures. That's good. It's just the burns on his hands and his burns on his hands. Yep.
Yeah.
So speedy recovery to him.
Yes, despite the horrible nature of the crash, which saw Grosjean's car split the barriers and the chassis cut in half, the racer has escaped without major injuries.
Yeah, just the burns.
I'm looking at the picture, and it's just his hands. It's just his hands. Hopefully,
just to jump back to the game, I'm ahead of you, Mike. But it looks like Arsenal are making a substitution, so it looks like Luiz is coming off.
Okay, is it holding? Yeah,
I think so. They didn't show it quick. They didn't show it long enough. They literally showed for 30 seconds before they cut to a break. Someone waiting to come on.
Let's have a look. It's just jumped into that now for me. There is somebody there. Let's see. Yeah, it's smart move. It is really. Yeah, Rob Holding. Yeah,
it is Holding.
He played last time out as well, so it's a good decision to do that. Yeah. Yeah, Rob Holding, there we are. The former Bolton Wanderers man, yeah.
He is a good lad. I think he'll do well.
Yeah, he's a good player as well. When, him and Gabriel were the starting partnership last week. Obviously, David Luiz, hopefully he's all right. Obviously, he's just had a young child as well. His wife's just given birth last weekend, so hopefully there's... nothing too serious in that, yeah.
No, hopefully not then, because you don't want the daughter to grow up. Why you got a bandage on your head, Daddy?
Oh, son, I'm not sure. Is it a daughter or a son? Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah.
But still.
And,
congratulations to Luiz on that. But
absolutely, yeah. And commiserations on today as well. The head injury, yeah.
Rob
So we'll
Holding
be
just
back on the way.
with Michael
Yeah.
Oliver just to make sure that he's all right to come on, which he should be. It's at half time.
Yeah, it's going to be. Yeah, there we are. Yeah.
And
David Luiz. Yeah.
We'll hand back to Mike with the second half, and we'll be back at full time.
All right. Okie doke. So we're going to be back on the way in a second. Rob Holding there for David Luiz. It's that substitution, of course, for Arsenal. Holding started last week against Leeds alongside Gabriel. So he knows Gabriel, and he's had the partnership with Gabriel. They played a few times together, and even in a free they have as well. And Kieran Tierney's played part of a free sometimes in the back three. As Willian gets underway with Ceballos now, and Holding gets his first touch straight away. Goes long and given away. Wolves are on the attack there now. No, given away. Kieran Tierney's on it. And he's won the throw in there. The Scottish left back. And he goes long towards Aubameyang down the line. And it's put behind Arsenal Aubameyang trying to win a corner there, but wasn't able to. So it's a Wolves goal kick. Just having a look here. Most touches in that half for Arsenal was Joe Willock by the looks of it, but they were all in his own half. Or, none in any sort of dangerous areas anyway. Willock, of course, has done well for Arsenal in the Europa League this season. Deserves to start in the league, and it's only 45 minutes, but he's done okay in terms of getting the ball and just had to see what he can do with it, really. But Granit Xhaka was caught behind there by one of the Wolves players there, and Willock's run on there, and it looks like the first booking is there. Yep, Bolly's in the book for a foul there on. I think that was on. Who was that on? Willock, was caught there. Bolly goes into the book. First man in the book for either side. As Arsenal have an opportunity here straight away. Williams over it, and also Saka's over it as well. It's one of the two there, either the Englishman or the Brazilian. Not too sure who's going to take it yet. Danny Ceballos is trying to make a move there as well. It's Saka who whips it in, and it's headed clear by Wolves, and back into the. There's an injury there now. Rob Holding there jumped up with somebody. I'm not too sure who it was. It's gone down for Wolves. But they've got a man down at the moment anyway. I think it was Bolly. Was it Bolly or Semedo? Might have been, one of the two. Semedo, I think. But anyway, either way, it's a Wolves throw-in at the moment. Rob Holding's in there, and I think Rob Holding was the one that knocked it behind for that throw-in. As Wolves have got this ball there now with Markel. He throws it in. And Neto gives it away. Holding gets it there from Tierney to Granit Xhaka now, bringing it out from midfield. Xhaka caught, was he? Yes. And it's who was that caught him? Gian Martino that caught him there. As Xhaka's trying to bring it out from defence and into midfield. It's with Tierney now. Knocks it back to Gabriel. Plays it across to Rob Holding, who knocks it on to Hector Bellerin now. Over on this right, sorry, Danny Ceballos over on this right hand side, sorry, and it's with Willian into Gabriel to Willock. Xhaka plays it out to Saka now. Going to try and get the delivery, and Saka, and it's good defending by Willy Bolly there. And Semedo gets it clear in the end for Wolves. And chance there, Rob Holding wins the ball against Fabio Silva and brings it out of defence, gives it to Saka, gives it to Willock. Willock for Arsenal, Willock. And it's now Kieran Tierney. Kieran Tierney to Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka knocks it on to Gabriel. Xhaka again. Gives it to Saka. On to Gabriel again this time, and then he goes back to Danny Ceballos. Sorry, he's looking for the Bellerin on the overlap. Bellerin here, chance. Saka. Oh, couldn't quite get on the end of that really, and didn't really do too much with it. Arsenal got it kept in though through Willock, and it's now Aubameyang. Tried to knock it back to Saka, but well defended by Wolves, and Kieran Tierney lets it roll out for a throw in. It's now with Gabriel and Danny Ceballos. Danny Ceballos for Arsenal. And Ceballos goes to Gabriel. Gives it back to Xhaka this time. Xhaka's going to look up to Willian, to Gabriel, to Granit Xhaka again, the Swiss international. He's going to look up and try and feed the ball to Willock. And Willock here for Arsenal now gives it to Tierney, short ball into Willock again, gets it back. And Willock gives it back, and Xhaka is giving the ball away there now, and Wolves are on the counter attack through Daniel Podence here now. Tries to feed it out to Neto, is that? And on the run, a delivery from the Wolves man there, trying to feed the substitute, Fabio Silva, and it's put behind by Gabriel. But it's Sophie from Arsenal there, giving the ball away in the midfield, and Wolves countering on Arsenal very well and getting an opportunity there. And Gabriel had to, be alert to that one. Beat Fabio Silva to it. Neto trying to get the delivery across the course. As Wolves are going to have an opportunity for a third there from this corner, maybe. As it's Jan Coutinho over it, I think, and Den Donker's running in there as well. As is Cody. Jan Coutinho takes the corner, whips it in, and it's headed up into the air and into the hands of Leno, who comes and claims that one. And then he throws it out to Kieran Tierney, the Arsenal left back, who goes back to Gabriel and then forces it onto Danny Ceballos. And then gives the ball straight to Wolves now, straight away. Gives it away there. An opportunity here for Wolves. Was who was that? Neto, and it's a shot here by Jan Coutinho, I think. And it's a good block there by Gabriel. And there's another Arsenal defender in the wars now. It's Jan Coutinho, I think, with the effort, and it's taken Gabriel in the face this time, and we're going to have the physio on again. .52 minutes played, still Arsenal 1, Wolves 2. David Luiz coming off for Arsenal at half time to be replaced by Rob Holding. Gabriel was being treated here on the back of Neto knocking that ball to Jan Coutinho, whose shot was fired straight at his head there. He tried to get the head on it, and he won the header, did the Arsenal man. But go on, looking at him and treating him now. Not too sure who Arsenal could bring on as another option. I know Granit Xhaka has played centre-back in the past. If they wanted to change things up, maybe bring on another midfielder. Don't really know who there is in the midfield, or they could even two up maybe with Lacazette coming on. But looks like Gabriel's going to be all right anyway. He's just jogging off at the minute, jogging off the pitch there. And it's with Leno. Going to throw it out to Gabriel. I can assure you it's not COVID, Brad. It's the fact I've done 2 streams today, so I've been losing my voice. It's a ball there to Willock onto Tierney. Tierney's into the box now. It's a ball towards, who was that? The on-running man. It's well defended by Wolves anyway, and Traore's on a run here. Fabio Silva onto Traore. Traore's into the box, and is he caught by Gabriel there? No, he's not. The referee says no, and he's actually going to book the Wolves man for diving as well. Adama Traore's in the book for simulating there, or simulation. And I don't know. Yeah, I think he's looking for that. I don't know if he was caught at all. He did look like he was looking for it. Let's see whether Gabriel did catch him. No, he didn't catch him there. That's the right decision, I think, from the referee. I think that is definitely Traore trying to cheat the system a little bit. Get Kieran's thoughts on that a bit later. But for me, that's, Gabriel didn't even touch him. But now Gabriel is on the ball now. And we've got Granit Xhaka here for Arsenal. Gets it back from Gabriel. Gabriel's got it back here. On towards Saka, towards Willock. Willock's into the edge of the box here, and he's going to try and get it across, is he? And it's come off the head of Willy Bolly at the top at Arsenal corner this time out. Into the 55th minute, 10 minutes of this half. Still Arsenal 1, Wolves 2. So, and Podence for Wolves, Gabriel for Arsenal. Willian in now to Saka. To Willian again from Willock. And as Willian whips it in, good defending by Wolves that time by Fabio Silva, I think that was. And it's Saka there, has just been caught on the edge of the box by Fabio Silva, number 17. And he's going to be the next Wolves man into the book. How is that not? He didn't touch him. That's how it's not a penalty. He was looking for it. There's a chance here for Aubameyang over it and Willian over it. It looks like Aubameyang fancies this one. The Arsenal main striker here. Lone striker, of course. Willian's over it as well. Who's going to take it in the end? Is it the Gabon man or the Brazilian? It looks like it's going to be the Brazilian, which it is, and it's over the top of Rui Patricio's goal. Not even testing him at all. And it's still Arsenal 1, Wolves 2. And that was a bit of a wasted free kick, really, from Willian there. Just having a look at this one here with Traore there. Gabriel does leave a foot in. He does stick a foot out, but for me, he doesn't catch him. I think he's simulating there is Traore. I think he was looking for that one. He saw that the leg had come out. He was looking to, make contact with the leg of Gabriel, I think. But, it might just be me being Arsenal. You never know. But I don't see it as a foul. I want to see what Kieran says, though, in a little while, at full time. I think that Traore is looking for it, really, if anything. Traore's on the ball now. And he goes back to Willy Bolly onto Cody here for Wolves. Looks to go out to the right-hand side here. Traore's in here. He's going to try and take it round Kieran Tierney, which he does as well. And he gets the delivery in. That's well defended by Gabriel. It's now Semedo, though. So he's going to try and feed it in there, but it's given away by Wolves. And Arsenal move through Xhaka and Ceballos. And now with Willian. Willian to Aubameyang. Quiet so far. Hasn't done an awful lot in this game. But, somebody like Aubameyang, he takes him 1 minute and he could score. So, one opportunity, of course. And it's now with Dani Ceballos. Out to Willian. Knocks it round a couple of players here now. Runs it into the midfield. Then Xhaka is given away. Fabio Silva here for Wolves now. And they're on the counter-attack. Trying to feed the ball through, and it's good play there by Gabriel. And that is Dendoncker now. Gives it to Jan Martino, who goes out to this flank here now, and that's Marcao on the ball. Neto lets it roll through to him and gets it back. And now it's with Jan Martino. And that's now all the way back with Wolves. Connor Cody's got it in defence. Out to Semedo. And Semedo to Willy B. He's going to go long, is he? Yeah. And it's Gabriel wins that one. And Arsenal got it now through Rob Holding. Gives it to Danny Ceballos. Danny Ceballos to Hector Bellerin. Hector on 1 to Willian. Back to Bellerin again, who loses out there. And there's a chance here for Wolves now. What's this? 3-on-4. And he's running at him. And it's a good block there by the Arsenal man in the end. Bellerin to deny. Was that Podence running at him as well? Trying to get the ball across. And that was a good defending from the Arsenal right back there to make up for the mistake. I think he actually made the mistake originally himself, did he? Let's say, yeah, he did. And he tracked back and then got the block on himself. So that's, a great way to make up for your own mistake by winning that bit of, winning the ball there, winning it back and getting the interception in. But he did lose the ball very softly, really, in the first instance. But yeah, it's with Semedo now. He's giving it away, is he? No? Well, won by Cody there, just Aubameyang to the ball. And now Wolves are on the left-hand side. Podence again. And that's in there now. No, it's with João Moutinho. Neto, is he caught there by Ceballos? The referee says no, play on. There's still a Wolves man down, and there was an advantage, was there? They're going to put it back. As Neto is on the floor, and Bellerin takes an exception to that, tries to roll him over. But I think Bellerin's going to be in the book for that, because I think he sees a bit of foul play maybe by the Wolves now. But Bellerin's got something to say to João Moutinho. Referee Michael Oliver is shepherding him away, though. As it is pulled back for this free kick as well. Neto is over it with João Moutinho. It's a good ball in, is it? No. Well cleared by Arsenal. But only as far as Marcel. He gets it back. He goes into Semedo now. And his ball towards the one man in Neto. It's tidied up by Willian and kind of hoofed out as a stand into the stand. The empty Emirates stand, which won't be empty on Thursday. Be two back in again for the Europa League this week. First time. As it's going to be a Wolves throw in here now. And it is Semedo over it, I think. Is it? Or Marcel? I think it's Marcel, actually. But anyway, it's with Wolves at the moment. It's now Willy Bolly on the ball. Now it's Semedo. Into Traore now for Wolves. Back to Semedo again. And well intercepted there by Bukayo Saka. Comes off him though for a Wolves throw-in. And Saka looks like he's got a little bit of a knock there as he was... Oh, what's that Nani's doing now? Nani's having a little bit of a huff. He's picked his shirt up and then thrown it. I don't know whether that was his shirt or someone else's shirt, but like he did that a little bit angrily, actually, did the Egyptian man. But I'm sure there'll be another sub for Arsenal in the offing soon, yeah. As the ball's played out now by Rui Patricio, straight to Bukayo Saka. Into Willock. Willock's going to have a run at his man and wins the corner of Semedo this time. Of course, Nelson Semedo, who Wolves signed at the start of this season, the last window. And Williams over this for Arsenal. This corner ball, is he going to play it short? Looks like he is. Plays it short to Saka. Gets it back. Does the Brazilian now, and then Kieran Tierney. Back to Willian again now. Willian on to take it past a man or two and delivers it into the box and then tidied up by Connor Cody and put behind for another Arsenal corner, which Willian takes short to Saka. Saka to Willock. On to Willian now again. Willian into Saka, into the box. Saka's delivery and Holding gets to the head on it and then heads it over the top there. And behind Arsenal 1, Wolves 2, 63 and a bit minutes on the clock, almost 64. And I don't know what's going to happen here now. What Arteta needs to do from an Arsenal perspective, he's got options on the bench, the likes of Reece Nelson and Lacazette, and I'm sure it won't be long until we see at least one, maybe both of those. And as I say, that Reece Nelson comes on. So Reece Nelson replaces Willian as the substitution there for Arsenal. Nelson played very well, actually, in the last game in the Europa League in midweek. So if he carries on that form, then it'd be good to see if he can do it in the league here. There's Reapers over that. Yes, now with Gabriel wins the header. Willock. Saka, Willock. Willock whips it in towards Nelson now. It's with Xhaka now. Reece Nelson here on the right-hand side. Is he going to feed it back to Bellerin, is he? Bellerin's there to help him out as well, but he goes back to Denis Ceballos, I think that was. Anyway, it's with Arsenal now, holding Gabriel. It's with Arsenal again. Denis Ceballos to Aubameyang, to Nelson. Nelson takes it round Marcal, and it's kept in play though in the end. Arsenal just playing it around the midfield. Gabriel here. Out to this left flank to Kieran Tierney, who tries to knock it on to Willock, and it comes off of Semedo for an Arsenal throw. Kieran Tierney gets it back though from Aubameyang. Tierney there to Saka now. To Tierney again to Gabriel. On to Rob Holding, the first of the two Arsenal subs. And to Bios, out to Hector Bellerin. Bellerin into Rob Holding here now. 65 minutes played. Still Arsenal 1, Wolves 2. Gabriel on the ball to Bukayo Saka. Saka there for Arsenal now to Tierney. Back to Saka again. Well closed down by Wolves though, and Willock's in though, but well defended by Wolves. There's swarmed of them there, 3 or 4 of them, and they got it clear, but only as far as Xhaka. Then Tierney. Now Gabriel onto Holding. Holding back to Gabriel again. And back to Holding for a second time. And then on to the right back, Hector Bellerin, onto Rob Holding. Arsenal just playing it around at the back. Gabriel goes long towards an on-run in Aubameyang there. Looking to see if he was body checked, but Aubameyang went down a bit easily there, and the referee got that decision right, I think. Was well defended by Wolves there. Cody and Bolly both defending well. And it's a good play by Patricio there. Gets the ball long towards Fabio Silva. Tierney gets it clear though for Arsenal. Gabriel now Holding. And Holding is going to play it into Gabriel again. Onto Willock. Joe Willock now. Does a little bit of a turn there and knocks the ball back to Kieran Tierney. Into Saka. Saka into Granit Xhaka. Into Denis Ceballos. Onto Hector Bellerin. Running at the defence there. Ceballos. Aubameyang as well. Bellerin here now. It's good defending by John Moutinho. And he has booted the ball out there. I think it's an Arsenal throw, is it? Yeah. 68 minutes played, still 2-1 to the visitors in their famous orange and black. Arsenal win the red and white, as always. As the referee is just looking, there was a bit of a niggle, and I think Wolves are going to make a change here as well. Not too sure who this is coming on. For the visitors, it is Neves coming on. It's not come on just yet, though. Ball's in play with Arsenal at the moment. Joe Willock. Denis Ceballos as well. With Wolves at the moment. On a run there is Bellerin's brought down his man. And he's got himself into the book there. Collision there with Neto. And he shoved him in the back. Back there. And rightfully into the goes. The Spanish defender for Arsenal. Just see who's going to come off here now to be replaced. Is Daniel Podence, I think, is that? To be replaced by Ruben Neves. So the man who gave Wolves their second goal, the goal that currently is the goal that would win the game, is been making way for Neves there. Ball's down into the flank here now for Wolves, and it's Neto. Whips it across towards Silva over his head, and that will play for an Arsenal throw-in over on this left-hand side. Neto there up against Bellerin. Yeah, again over on that right-hand side, Wolves are causing a lot of problems and a lot of trouble to Bellerin there. It's been doing that all game. First half, as well, and even now in the second half, it's been very much the same. And there's a foul there on Willock, yeah. Saka's going to get involved there with Neves, but he's just won the ball back. Most dribbles in this match is Oma Traore, then Podence, and Arsenal have only had 2 throughout the whole team. The ball's out there by Holding towards Saka. Semedo knocks it on, but only as far as Saka, and then Wolves are going to try and bring it out from midfield there. It's given away by Neves, I think that was. To Granit Xhaka. To Gabriel, to Holding. Holding to Xhaka, Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka to Saka now. Tierney, delivery. Willock was in there, and it's knocked behind for an Arsenal throw-in by Connor Cody, the Wolves captain. Good little bit of pressure from Arsenal now. Says that pressure now. Kieran Tony's got the throw-in. Throws it to Joe Willock. Back to Granit Xhaka, back to Willock. Into the area towards Nelson, and Nelson fouls his man, does he? The referee says no anyway, just carries on. As Arsenal have it through Ceballos there now, is given away to Willy Bolly, who's going to bring it out of defence. And it's Neto up against Bellerin again over on this right-hand side. I wonder if it's going to go the same way as always, and Neto beats him. Yep, that's the case. So one thing that you can take from this game is, any time that Neto's up against Bellerin, Neto's going to beat him every time, and he takes it round him on every occasion, and that's where the dangers come from, really. It's Semedo now. And it's knocked into Dendonkai, whips it in. Bellerin there. Takes a touch and then clears it out for a throw-in. Still 2-1. Still very much anyone's game. Next goal could be very crucial. Of course, there is options on the bench. Lacazette as well. Still not been used yet. Edin Nketiah for option 2. And of course, it's only going to be one of those subs. Not too sure which one Mikel Arteta would prefer. But at the moment, it's neither of them. And it's still with Wolves. It's Cody there, back to Rui Patricio. And he's taking the touch there. And Aubameyang's nipped in and beaten him to the ball. Aubameyang here for Arsenal. A good block there by Cody. Willock's in. And Aubameyang has got it here now. Saka. Granit Xhaka for Arsenal. There's Aubameyang now. It's well defended by Wolves. I think that was Neves. It's Xhaka to Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka to Aubameyang. And good defending by Wolves again. Fabio Silva now against Gabriel. Fabio Silva turns him. And then knocks it back to Semedo, who knocks it along to Neto into Silva. And then Donker plays it across, but he's given straight to an Arsenal man, Reece Nelson, there on a run now. He's going to whip it in towards Aubameyang, and Bolly tidies up nicely, and it's going out of play for an Arsenal throw-in. But yes, both teams a bit sloppy with it at the moment. Wolves in particular, in fact, in a few instances there, especially the goalkeeper and that other incident there as well just now. It's with Arsenal here. Saka's got the ball, whips it in. Nelson, and Nelson fires over the top. Aubameyang will get the head on it in good defending by Wolves in that instance. And Nelson has the shot and not testing anybody. And it's just fired over the top of Rui Patricio's goal. And still 2-1 to Wolves as it stands with round about 15 minutes to go with the 90. Mikel Arteta was jumping up there, thinking maybe that one might have been on target or tested the keeper, but he didn't. Reece Nelson is an option today. Nicolas Pepe isn't. It's suspended on the back of that red card against Leeds last week. It's now with Saka. And there's another Arsenal man down now. Bukayo Saka's down in the heap, is he there on the floor? But Arsenal are playing on and carrying on through Nelson. And then Bellerin now as well. Bellerin to try and get the ball through back to Nelson again. It's now with Dendoncker though, and Neves and Cody. Marcal's going to bring it out of defence from this left-hand side to Neto. And he goes back to João Moutinho, who knocks it all the way back to Willy Bolly. He turns and gets the ball moving and gets it forward and tries to feed Adama Traore, but Kieran Tierney gets the ball back to Leno in the end with Gabriel winning the original header. Holding on it here now for the home side. Of course, remember last season it was 2-0 to Arsenal at Molineux and 1-1 in this fixture. You won't be seeing no repeat of that one anyway. As Marcel wins the header, and looks like Wolves are going to be making another change any minute now. It's with Granit Xhaka at the moment from Arsenal through Rob Holding's pass. Xhaka, let's come off of Nelson Semedo that time. No, it wasn't. It was Traore, sorry, who put it behind. And Willock, Xhaka now. Xhaka absolutely wastes that one, tries to feed that line and not trying to own that for going out of play for a Wolves goal kick. And the sub is going to be made now. Just want to see who it is coming off. And they're going to make the sub now. Let's see. They're getting some instructions anyway. Looks like they are going to be making the sub in a second. No, game's back underway again through Rui Patricio. And Traore jumps and heads it, but only as far as Xhaka. And now holding down the line towards Nelson, but intercepted by Wolves there. With Marcel and Neto on this right-hand side against Bellerin again. Goes back this time, forced backwards. And it's now all the way across to the opposite flank to Adama Traore. Well tidied up though by Kieran Tierney and put behind for a throw in there. And I wonder if we'll see that sub now from Wolves. They were getting somebody ready just about 3 or 4 minutes ago, maybe 5 minutes ago. And it is the Wolves sub that they're going to be making now. And it's Adama. Is it coming off or is it? Let's see. Who is it coming off? No, it isn't. It is actually Fabio Silva. So it's a sub being substituted. Fabio Silva is coming off and Max Kilman comes on. So he doesn't get to complete the game that Fabio Silva. Kieran was saying earlier that he was hopeful that he might have seen, the full game from him, the full 85, maybe whatever it would have been by the time that the whistle had gone with the stoppage time and all of that as well. But no, he's not lasted the full game. He's only lasted, about 60, maybe 70 minutes or so. Yeah. Holding there to Bellerin now. To Holden. Plays it out to Tierney. Kieran Tierney there to Gabriel. Gabriel on to Kieran Tierney again. He's going to play it down the line to Willock. And Willock's going to try and go into the centre circle there to Gabriel. On to Xhaka now. onto Bellerin. Hector Bellerin now onto the substitute. Reece Nelson is going to try and take it round his man and get a delivery. Yeah. It's well played there by Wolves, though. And it's Xhaka now for Arsenal onto Kieran Tierney. And it's put behind for an Arsenal throw-in. About 10 minutes, maybe just over 10 minutes, in fact, to this half left to go. Still 2-1 to Wolves. Neto against Gabriel, a bit of coming together between them. But Danny Ceballos serve. There's Willock turns and takes a deflection. That's gone behind for an Arsenal corner, that one. Still behind by 2-1. Willock turns and takes a big deflection on that one as well. I don't know where that was ending up otherwise, but would have probably been on target. Oh, yeah. That is getting ready to come on. And he's coming on for Granit Xhaka. So it's going to be a change in formation here. I think there's possibly going to be 2 up front for Arsenal, maybe. And you might see Willock drop back alongside Bios midfield. As the ball's come in from Nelson. Was holding, is it? No. It's Aubameyang. Aubameyang has a shot, but well blocked down. Defended by Wolves and put onto the attack now. Neto tries to get a touch on it, but only as far as Nelson. Into Willock. Lacazette's in there as well, but it's booted up into the air. It's an Arsenal throw-in now, which is going to be left for Hector Bellerin. He throws it back to Rob Holding, and then all the way back to Gabriel, his defensive partner, and then on to Danny Ceballos, on to Kieran Tierney now, number 3 for Arsenal. Plays it in front of him to Bukayo Saka. Does a bit of trickery there, and then knocks the ball back to Tierney. And Tierney on to Saka. Saka again. There's Ceballos. On to Nelson. Nelson to Bellerin. Is Bellerin going to keep that in? Yes, he is. That's Nelson. Nelson down the line to Bellerin. Bellerin whips it in towards the on-running Arsenal man there. Aubameyang was at, and it's headed wide of the goal from the Arsenal striker there. And good bit of play. Bellerin involved. Nelson involved as well. The Spaniard Bellerin gets the ball in, and it's onto the head of Aubameyang, and it's headed wide of the Wolves goal there. Rui Patricio's goal. It was an on-running man for Wolves there that kind of put Aubameyang off as well. Was it Semedo, I think, maybe? It's kind of good ending from him, yeah. But you'd, that's what I was saying earlier about Aubameyang. He doesn't really have to be in the game too much, and give him 1-2 sniffs, and he's still definitely got enough about him to score. But it's with Rob Holding and Hector Bellerin now. Of course, Wolves, they win this, will move up to 5th position in the league. 5th or 6th. Arsenal will still be down in the lower ends of 14th position. It's Danny Ceballos now. Gabriel on to Tierney. Tierney's balled in towards Aubameyang again. It's on with Ceballos now. Bellerin there. Ceballos to Bellerin. Up against Marcel. Knocks it back. Into the area. Lacazette. Nelson. Good little bit of play there by Wolves and cleared. And it's Reece Nelson there. Has balled that one. Of Neves. It's a free kick here now in Arsenal's favour. I know, Wolves' favour, in fact. Connor Cody's over it. And Cody goes long towards the on-running striker there, which is Traore. Is he up top now? But it's now with Arsenal, Kieran Tierney and Bukayo Saka to Willock. Knocks it into Hector Bellerin out wide to Nelson. Nelson there now. Back to Bellerin again. Bellerin to Ceballos. Back to Bellerin. Back to Danny Ceballos. Back to Hector Bellerin onto Reece Nelson, but giving us Traore now for Wolves. Is he going to try and go on a little run on his own here, is he? Traore coming up against Holding and out to Neto now for Wolves. Neto's in there. Neto tries to feed the ball across and it wasn't able to be kept in there by Dendoncker. Tries to reach for it, but wasn't able to. Still, Arsenal 1, Wolves 2. Coming up to the latter stages of this game at the Emirates Stadium. Kieran Tierney's on the ball at the moment for the sides. Plays it down the line towards Aubameyang. Tidied up by Woody Bolly though, and kicked out a play for an Arsenal throw in there. On the back of those 2 goals from Neto and Podence. Of course, Gabriel's equaliser was sandwiched in between as well. Rob Holding goes for Arsenal now, brings it out of defence. And he goes to Reece Nelson. On to Bellerin, back to Holding again. On to Bellerin here now. Bellerin's going to whip it in, is he? No, yeah, a good block there by a Wolves man, which was Marcel. And it's Bellerin's claiming an Arsenal decision there, is he? And it's gone behind for a Wolves throw-in. So I think that's what he was claiming there, but it's a Wolves ball. Marcel is over it. He's taking his throw in here now. He's going to throw it back into play again. Bellerin loses the header. Ceballos. Holding knocks it on. And Traore, was he caught there by Holding? Yes, he was. And Holding's thrown the ball away there. That's definitely a yellow card. He's definitely gone in the book. The former Bolton Wanderers man. Bit petty, really. A bit needless to do that. He was originally holding back Traore as well from getting a run at goal, and Traore was going to beat him for pace, and Holding pulls him back by the shirt and then gets frustrated and throws the ball away in anger. But it's with Wolves at the moment. Neto there into Neves now. Traore, Moutinho. It's now with the Wolves defender Cody. It's got it at the moment. It's a good ball down the line. Rob holds up and wins the header. Chance here for Lacazette to win it. And now Bukayo Saka gives the ball away. And it's Kieran Tierney there who's going to try and get the ball there. But Neto was beat him to it. It's an Arsenal throw-in. Tierney throws it back to Gabriel. None on target in the second half for either side. Arsenal have had 8 and they've all been off target. None testing Rui Patricio's goal as of yet. An Arsenal side that, of course, is missing Thomas Partey in more ways than one, really, from the lineup, and also, missing that Thomas Partey creativity in the game as well, and potentially even the Mesut Ozil creativity as well. I'm sure some people will probably say as Nelson's in here, and he wins the corner ball for Arsenal. With about 2.5 minutes left of the 90. As Reece Nelson's over the corner ball here. And he whips in. There's a few Arsenal players in there. But it's straight to a Wolves head. And it's back with Bellerin now. Bellerin to Bernd Leno, the Arsenal goalkeeper, who's playing more as a sweeper keeper now to try and get the ball out there to Kieran Tierney. And Kieran Tierney goes all the way back to the German again. Looks very strange with Bernd Leno wearing the away shirt being out there as a sweeper keeper as well. It looks like he's playing more as a centre-back. Gabriel to Kieran Tierney. Knocks it on. Lacazette there. Was brought down by Connor Cody. And he's gone into the book now as well, the England man. Wolves just a few minutes away from a famous victory here at the Emirates. A good victory as well if they are to get it. Spoil my perfect day as well on the back of Stevens winning earlier in the FA Cup. And Saka whips it in. And it's headed behind, is it, there? For an Arsenal throw-in. It was Markel there, and it's Gabriel's over the throw-in. He's going to take it here now. Throws it to Dani Ceballos, I think that was. Whips it in towards Saka, but Neto's got it here for Wolves now. He's running straight at Kieran Tierney, and Tierney does well to win that and then give it back to the goalkeeper, Leno, who plays it back to Rob Holding, and Holding gives it to Ceballos. Gets the ball moving again with Bukayo Saka now. Joe Willock to Dani Ceballos. Was he caught there? Referee says play advantage. It was Jan Martinho that caught him there. They pulled it back, have they? Yeah, they have. Pulled it back for this free kick. As we're into the first of 4 minutes of added time. And Arsenal have just wasted that free kick as well, giving the ball away sloppily there. Now it's back with Bernd Leno in Arsenal's own half. And Reece Nelson's got it here now. Tries to feed it across to the left-hand side to Saka. And comes off Jan Martinho. Then he plays it off of Saka. And it's now a Wolves throw-in. Comes off the England man last. We've got some opportunity in play here with Nelson Semedo on this throw-in to have a look at potential candidates for man of the match as well. I know we'll probably get into that with Kieran on a Wolves side, but it's hard to say on an Arsenal side as given away there. Traoré Neto was caught by Tierney, and Tierney's the next man into the book for Arsenal. The Scotsman here, but it's very hard to say men of the match for Arsenal. I think Gabriel's in with a shout. I think, obviously scoring the goal. It's one of the few that you can kind of get anything from it. Kieran Tierney, of course, always gives his all as well, gives his heart and soul into every game. But it's been a very poor performance from Arsenal, really. And I'm sure Kieran, on the other hand, will be raving about a lot of these Wolves players, the likes of, Neto, Podence, some of the others as well in there that have really caused Arsenal problems and, be his candidates for man of the match in this fixture. Gabriel there has won a free kick here for Arsenal, though. You can say Saka's worked hard as well, as has Willock, Bellerin maybe, but I'm kind of clutching at straws, I suppose now. Bellerin here to Rob Holding. Rob Holding hasn't done an awful lot wrong on the back of coming in at half time as well. Saka to Kieran Tierney now to Dani Ceballos. And Holding into Nelson. Nelson takes it round his man. Nelson into the area. And it's a chance here for Kieran Tierney. Is he going to get a shot away? Yes, he is. It's well blocked there by the Wolves man. And Holding there for Arsenal. Ceballos. Lacazette. And booted clear by Wolves in the end. And Holding's going to have to knock it back to his goalkeeper there. Neto up front for Wolves is chasing it down, but wasn't able to get to it. It's now with Arsenal. Dani Ceballos. It's now or never for the home side. As Reece Nelson goes. Reece Nelson whips the ball in, and it's well defended by Wolves again. Got every man back there, I should say. Every man behind the ball. Saka here for Arsenal now. Saka given away, and Willie body tidies up there with Semedo as well. And it's Kieran Tierney, and it's headed out by Wolves, and only as far as Bellerin. Bellerin here for Arsenal now. Bellerin out to the Reece Nelson on this right-hand side, is it? And it's a bit of a wasted delivery. Bellerin gets it back. It was actually Aubameyang with the ball, was it? Or Nelson? I don't know. But either way, looks like it's going to be Wolves claiming the victory here by 2-1 at the moment. We were only, 2 or 3 seconds away from the end of the game. And Pedro Neto was the actual man of the match in regards to Sky Sports. And you can't argue with that because every time he was up against Bellerin on that flank, he was beating him. And obviously he got a goal as well. So yeah, you can't really argue with Neto being a man of the match. I'm sure he's, definitely in with a shout from Kieran as well. But yeah, Neto is a rightful man in the match there from the Sky perspective. And Arsenal got one chance here now with Willock. And that's it. That's the final whistle. Nuno Espirito Santo's Wolves have come to the Emirates, done a job on Arsenal and beaten the home side by 2-1. Excuse me. And Arsenal down in 14th. I think Wolves are currently up to, about 6th, I think, now in the table. And you can see Kieran smiling like a Cheshire cat. But I'll bring him on, I think, now and take it, I suppose. Go on, mate. Do your worst.
Nuno. Well, we're back off to winning ways, aren't we, lads? Oh. Penalty was a bit... give me a second. Penalty was a bit controversial, but
yeah,
I don't think it's a penalty. I think he's looking for it.
He stamped on his foot.
I think he just about stamped on his foot. Only just. Like not as bad
I think
as
he's looking for
like
it.
not as bad as like Man City last season, like us against Man City last season in that penalty that took over 10 minutes to bloody review and take twice.
Yeah.
It was a odd one, really, to be fair. But I'm still happy with a win, 2-1. You couldn't do bugger all in the second half to change that. So I'm very happy with the performance.
Very much. We tried.
Puts us up to sixth now as well.
Yeah, so 6th. You're up to 6th, and we're down in 14th. And the table doesn't look great when you see Spurs leading the way as well, from an Arsenal perspective at the moment.
Yeah, 8 points clear of it as well.
Well, I already know who I want to win the league. But
who's that? Go on.
Oh, wait, no. No, it's not Christmas yet. I will not say who I think's going to win the league until Christmas. Or just after.
Wait,
not
3
Wolves
weeks.
then.
Oh no! Next year.
Wishful thinking.
I've heard some news about Jimenez. He is awake and conscious, responding to treatment in hospital.
That's good news. Great news, yeah.
So, which is good. Really, really good. Gonna have to matter of waiting and seeing now what the doctor says.
Where's our matey now? Where's Nicole? Behave you.
Come on, Wolves, happy days. Yes, Nick. Yes, Nick. Welcome.
Behave yourself, woman.
Happily accept you.
Henry Sarbin's comment of Arteta out. I'm sure there's a few that are swinging that way now as well.
That's the problem. Fans are sorry, Henry, but you are ridiculous. You are ridiculous. You lose one game, Arteta out. We lose one game, our fans like Nuno out. It's like, come on.
We lose one game. Ryan Lowe out.
It's absolutely ridiculous. It's just like, come on. It's like,
and of course, Arteta's not had a full year in the job yet. And he's already won a trophy in that time as well.
Exactly.
More than Arsene Wenger and Unai Emery did in their first 12 months.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. It took Wenger a number of years to get settled into it. And then obviously he went on quite a winning run, didn't he? With back-to-back trophies and titles and cups, etc. Yeah.
Hey-ho. It is what it is. But I'm happy with the win. Roll on... I don't even know who we've got next. Who have we got next?
Europa League, probably in midweek.
We're not in Europa League, you bellend.
Yeah, then they didn't qualify.
We didn't qualify, remember? We've got Liverpool on Sunday.
Liverpool next, okay.
Liverpool on Sunday.
Going to be Jota. Is that home or away?
We are away, but I'm sure I can make myself available, I think. What am I doing next weekend? Yeah, I could think I make myself available. I was just going to
say, with Jota as well, Jota's going to be playing against...
oh my God. He's... Don't get me started.
He'll probably score. The form is in, he'll score, no doubt.
No, to be honest, I'm just sick to the teeth of Wolves fans posting on the sites going, "Oh, Jota scored! Oh, Jota scored!" I couldn't give a monkeys anymore. He's moved on. He signed for Liverpool. He's moved on. Fair play. He's scored a lot of goals for them. Fair play. But I really don't care. He's not a Wolves player anymore. So if he scores against us, I'll be like, fair play. Good goal. Good goal because he scores some good goals. It's just like, it's stupid. People are like, we should never have sold him. Yeah, I agree with that. We should never have sold him. But look at what we've got. We've got like Silva. We've got Silva, Podence. Obviously, back on the wings, we've got Marcal and Semedo. It's just like, we've got people replaced. People come and people... Say again.
I was going to say, you've not even mentioned Neto in there as well. When
Neto as well. Yeah, apologies. Yeah, Neto as well.
Neto had the run on Bellerin today, and I said it in commentary. You know, every time he was up against him, he was beating him for pace. He was beating him for trickery. You know, that's the one thing that was a definite given. Every time it was Neto against Bellerin, Neto was going to get the better of him.
Yeah. Nick's commented, Kieran is unbearably smug. Like, when I beat one of my mates' teams, I am always smug about it. Because I could just sit here and rub it in like I did for Russ. And Russ came back and he was fuming, which is awesome. But when I've got Mike on, we'll actually laugh and joke about it. But I will still be just taking just little digs. Little digs on the fact they've lost again.
Again as well. It's another defeat in what's that? The fourth defeat in 6, I think.
That's broken your 112-year 12-year record of not losing that many games in a row, or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm proud. I'm proud to be a Wolves. Proud to be a Wolves fan today. Proud to be a Wolves fan. Brad just says Arsenal are pure blank word, which I agree with.
Behave yourself. Celtic are finished as well. Yeah, they lost in the Scottish Cup. They got knocked out.
But if I had a decent moustache, I'd be doing this right now. Just sit there, just twisting that like that. But yeah, I'm happy with the result. Very, very happy. Very, very happy.
If you weren't happy, I'd.
Do you think that? Shocked. Yeah, definitely. Do you think that Neto's the right decision for man of the match? I know Podence got his goal as well, and those two did cause Arsenal a lot of problems today, didn't they?
It's definitely a tie between the two of them. Speaking of which, I need to do my man of the match vote on the Wolves app. So stand by one.
Yeah. All right. Which one are you going for out of
the... That's a shout, actually. I don't know. I'd give it a difficult decision.
I thought he played brilliant.
There's a few in
midfield
really
well today.
There's a few. Coutinho and Dendoncker. Yeah.
They were pivotal. They stopped Xhaka. Oh, brilliant.
And Willock and
I've gone for Neto. I've gone for Neto.
Fair enough.
I thought Neto got bought out by Asda.
I was going to say I prefer Tesco's myself.
At the minute, the man of the match vote. The man of the match vote between the Wolves fans is between Neto and Traore.
I thought
Traore did well as well. Actually.
I thought he was a lot quieter than he normally is.
Nah, I think
he played well. He was quite tricky as well in what he was doing.
He works well with Semedo, his former Barcelona teammate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There you go. Russ has put a comment as well. Wolves deserved it today. His man of the match was between 3, and it was either Neto, Dendoncker, or Coutinho. Yeah, you can't argue any of those shouts, to be honest.
Yeah, no. Awesome. Cheers, Russ.
And of course, Arsenal. You know, I said I said it before in the stream. Arsenal missing Thomas Partey's creativity today as well, and Nicolas Pepe as well. Another one that Arsenal were missing is unavailable. Served the first of 3-game ban today. What's Ozil been saying, Rise? Has he had to post anything yet on the regards to the result?
I'm gonna go and have a quick check because you know what?
I'm going to forgive you for that comment, Ryan. Just on the basis that you changed the last word to a different team.
Yeah.
What
If you change that last word, if you change that last word to a different team, I might forgive you for that comment.
Up with the baggies.
I don't know what he's saying. But... Oh, that
says up the baggies. No.
Up the Black Country.
Let me just. No. Let me get in there before you, Kieran. Up the Grecians.
We're both in the third round of the FA Cup, so I don't care.
Oh, so when's the third round cup draw?
Tomorrow at 7.
Tomorrow.
Oh, I want one of you lot. I want Stevenage or Argyle just for the bans.
I want anyone.
That would be a mint game.
From a Stevenage perspective, I'd take anyone. Wolves, Arsenal, anyone in the Premier League. I don't care. Spurs, Chelsea.
Yeah, but we
Liverpool,
have 100% record against. We have 100% record against you. So
yeah, because you haven't played them.
Yeah. We played them twice. We won once and drew the other.
League One. Yeah.
Oh yeah, League
One. It was 0-0.
Yeah,
0-0 at Stevenage, and I know quite comfortable Wolves victory at the other tie. Yeah. Or was it? No, it might have been like only 1 goal difference or something. Actually, I don't know.
It was what? It was. I think it was nil. It was 0-0. No, was it 1-1? You know what? I need to actually research this.
I think it was 0-0 down here. Yeah.
People were saying that head injury is similar to the one Ryan Mason
had from a few years back. Yeah.
From a few years back. Yeah.
It was a goalless draw at Stevenage, and it was a 2-0 win at Molineux.
That's right. Yeah.
So 100% record.
I was right. Yeah. Until you come up against this.
Frank Nuble on Twitter. Arsenal couldn't cross the road tonight. Woes. Fire.
Yeah, Arsenal definitely couldn't cross the road tonight. Right. It was poor. Really poor.
Right. Wolves have tweeted out, Raul's head injury is being assessed with a scan at a London hospital. We'll continue to update more information as soon as we have it.
Yeah, he's going to gone in for an MRI.
Mm-hmm. How did Den Duncan not score
that? Yeah, but that was pure fire.
That's what you were saying. That would have just ripped the net off. Yeah.
It was like playing mystery ball on FIFA. And you know about shooting.
They've just shown the Neto's reaction from his goal, and all you see in the background is David Luiz just doing this.
Doing what?
He literally just lifted his arms and went, yeah.
It's probably like, where am I? Who am I?
Oh God.
Asian Louise can go back to Chelsea.
Connor Cody is such a class act, brilliant footballer, caring and compassionate human being, speaking so well on Raul Jimenez. Yeah.
That's what Connor is. He gels his teammates. That's why I don't think he's going anywhere. I think if anyone comes sniffing around, he's not going anywhere.
Who's that? Cody? Cody will stay.
Cody, yeah, he's Wolves through. Yeah. Of course, he's former Liverpool, but he's Wolves through and through now. Definitely
Cody will stay. And, Wolves, if Wolves want to build, they've got to keep players like him anyway. They've got to keep him. They've got to keep Neto. They can't afford to let these guys go. Yotta's gone to Liverpool now, but on the balance of this squad, Wolves have got a good squad here, and they've got Podence, Ben Donker, Moutinho, some good players in there that aren't far away from pushing for a sort of stable position in the Europa League positions every season, or even a step further into the Champions League, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. To be honest, when it does come to the summer transfer window, I think Jimenez.
You mean winter?
Sorry, winter. No, not winter. No, not January. Not January.
No.
I reckon in the summer transfer window, Jimenez is gone.
Where would he go to, though? Where do you reckon Where do you reckon he'd go?
I don't know, but I've heard the likes of Juve have been sniffing around for a very, very reasonable price.
Okay, all right.
But if he stays, even better. But if he goes,
Yeah.
we've got the likes of Silva, Neto, Podence.
I thought Silva did well.
We've got the cover. Silva did well, having to play pretty much a full 90 today.
Yeah, he took him off, about 15 minutes from the end, I think it was?
Yeah. He's done really well today. And that's unusually unheard of, a sub coming off as a sub.
Yeah, it's not very often you hear.
Yeah,
it's not very often you do that.
Unless it's for injury purposes, but when you bring him on so early in the game, some of them, I mean, he's still quite reasonably young as well, isn't he? So.
Oh yeah, he's only 18, 19, so.
And you.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
But I'm worried about this North London derby next week on the back of those 4 defeats in 6 now for Arsenal, and we got that massive game against the league leader Spurs next week, and I don't know what the score is going to be in that. The way things are looking at the moment,
I know who I'm supporting.
Come on, you Yids.
Who's that?
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you.
Honestly, like, football is a funny old game. That's all I'm going to say. You know, we've lost 4 out of 6, but it's a derby game, and Spurs, obviously, with the fans back in, they'll have the fans back in for the first time at White Hart Lane next week. Will be strong favourites to win that. Imagine Arsenal going there and surprising the odds and getting a win, and that with the fans back in for Spurs.
I've got a lot of comments to say about these fans being let in, but I'm going to keep that very quiet.
You can have
I have a lot to say about that.
Yeah. But what do you reckon, though? Just briefly, do you reckon it's too soon?
Not so much too soon. I think that all the clubs that were allowed should have said no. Because it's unfair.
All right.
It's unfair on the clubs who've been put into tier 3 who can't have fans.
Yeah.
I think that's
a good
massively
shout.
unfair.
It's like
I'm loving the fact that it's all the London teams that are allowed fans back.
Yeah.
Every single London team's allowed fans back, but everywhere else, well, obviously Liverpool is as well, but everywhere else they can't.
It's like
they're in tier 2.
It's like the Tow Station Western League, because Bristol and Gloucestershire are going to be into tier 3, and most of the Western League based around the Bristol Gloucestershire. They've suspended the league until the 18th of December.
Okay.
Because it gives because it could be a recount just before Christmas to see what tier everyone goes into. But we do find out that the tier system apparently disappears early part of February next year.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I
hopefully
think it's just after Valentine's Day. Rightly. Yeah.
Oh,
we're hoping to be somewhat.
It all depends on this
vaccine. And the furlough.
It all depends on the vaccines and stuff as well. But,
the furlough system is the end of March, so it's going to be a whole year of furlough. But
that's it. Yeah, the 16th of December is that as well? Yeah.
The 16th of December is the reshuffle.
All right.
The big man himself is speaking.
They'll check it every few weeks.
Oh yeah, they'll check it every few weeks. And to be honest, and next week's game's on BT Sport next week, so I get
with Liverpool Wolves, is it? Okay. What other games you got next week? I know we're just touching on it before we end the stream and stuff as well. We've got the podcast tomorrow. What's kind of expected on the podcast? Have we got anything that's definitely going to be covered? I know we've got Maradona and his passing away and so many other games and stuff, but what other sort of talking points have we got coming up?
We got obviously the passing of Diego Maradona, Papa Diop earlier on today, passing away. We'll have some VAR decisions that have been mentioned. We might have 2 special guests, obviously, as well.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting confirmation on that.
We'll talk about the FA Cup as well, and in particular the draw, which will be made about an hour beforehand. Yeah.
We might just put the podcast forward probably to about 10 past, 20 past 8, so that we can do a live FA Cup draw.
Yeah, which I'm sure we will. Yeah.
So that we'll find some talking points. I mean, we always talk every day about what's being said. Obviously, another talking point would be the whole Jimenez and
David Luiz incident today. Yeah.
That'll be another talking point I'll bring up. So there'll be a few. I mean, we've got the whole of the month to look at.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's any news that you think's unresponsible or whatever during the whole of November, send us a link and we'll have a look into it. And if it's worthy of a good publicised, we'll put it out there.
Absolutely, yeah. And then, of course, next month we'll have the podcast. When are we going to do it? We're going to do it a few days before Christmas or sort of January sort of time?
We're going to do it probably the first week in January.
All right. Okay.
That's not officially confirmed yet because of what football goes on and all that. But that is a penciled in for the first week of January.
Yeah.
If it doesn't happen in the first week of January, we might just bring in December and January's together at the end of January.
All right.
But I'm trying not to do that.
Yeah.
I'd rather have it monthly and actually put it out there. But who knows?
Kieran's smiling. What have you tweeted me, or what have you put in my Facebook inbox?
He's probably tweeted a naughty message.
No, I haven't tweeted anything. Sorry, I've literally was paused. I had a video game paused, and just something funny's happened on it. That's all.
The way you're smiling now is like you got into my DMs and have sent me some.
I've slid into your DMs. Oh, that's a shout. That's a shout. Where are you, Mike? Right, what can I send you? Right, where's my Nuno gif? Nuno.
Yes, mate.
That just rubs salt into the wounds, doesn't it? I search Nuno and a freaking Jota comes up in the top left-hand corner.
I don't expect any less from you, so you might as well be true to your words.
There we go. We'll send Nuno and we'll send a bit of Connor. There we go. Have a bit of Nuno and have a bit of Connor.
Connor Cody.
But no, to be fair, Wolves deserve that today. You can't, argue any of that really. And as I said, if you're looking at the two teams, Wolves are the team moving forward. Arsenal are the team slipping backwards at the moment, and it's going to take a lot to regroup now for a massive tie next week.
Right, a Twitch streamer that I've just seen who's tweeted, "What's the actual reason Ozil isn't part of the Arsenal squad? It really can't be footballing reasons. Arsenal lack creativity, and he is their most creative player by far."
Yeah, he is. But I do think that last 3 or 4 seasons he's been a little bit off the boil. But you kind of have to include him in the squad. 4 games like this, even if he's on the bench, and then bring him on. But
as Brad's just put in our private chat, hashtag Arsenal for the championship.
We're not that good. we're not going to beat Spurs or Liverpool or anyone to the championship this year. Maybe, I don't know, 20 years' time. It'd be nice if we won it again in my lifetime, but it looks unlikely at the moment. Oh, he's put the EFL championship. All right, that's rich coming from a Leeds fan who were in that division last year. But there you go.
Get that off, please, Brad. Because
yeah.
Oh dear.
But
Right.
we've got a lot to probably round up in a minute, haven't we? We've got about 19 minutes before we hand over to the next show, which is DJ Lazy B's Chill Out Zone, which is going to be on shortly.
But we might just let an auto show of 15 minutes play out. So we'll wrap it up about 1:45 so that we can have the auto show. But we'll hand back to Brad in the other studio.
Yeah, click him across that way, yeah. But no, you've spoiled my perfect day, Kieran. How do you feel?
Spoiled your perfect day. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it?
Well, one team.
I'll take winning the FA Cup tie against the League One leaders over this any day of the week, though, when it's Stevenage, where they are in League Two, right towards the bottom end. That's more of a result anyway out of the two of them.
And to be honest, back-to-back wins for Stevenage as well. Talking about that.
Yeah, one against Port Vale in the week as well, yeah. And
then to take a very good Hull City side to extra time and penalties.
Even though they made 10 changes, but it's still a strong side,
It's still a strong side.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was a good result for Stevenage there, and we'll end it probably with that in a minute, with them hopefully drawing a big tie in the next round. And if they face Arsenal at the moment, I fancy Stevenage to maybe beat them.
And we know who he would support.
I'd probably support Stevenage, to be fair.
Of course you would, because it's your hometown team.
Yeah, that's what I mean. No matter where it is or anything like that. And obviously this season I've done a lot of work for the SFC interviews channel that I brought with 49 of those going out so far. And, I've gotten a lot of contacts from the club, even some of the guys on there that I was speaking to after the game today and stuff. So, yeah.
Mm.
One of them scored a penalty. One of them we're not going to talk about. Didn't happen.
I'm not going to go about it because he's a good lad.
Yeah.
And I really do rate him very high. Shouldn't be playing League Two football, but
no.
As he says, he does not do trials.
No, yeah. I'm surprised he didn't move into a League One side, though, and I'm sure there would have been clubs sniffing around him, no doubt, when he was on the free. Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course. So we are going to hand back to Brad.
That's right.
So we'll hand back to Brad. He'll put on the auto DJ for 15 minutes.
Before LB is on, yeah.
And then LB, DG Lazy B, is on from 10 o'clock on Storm FM and djlazyb.com.
Yeah, and Twitch as well, yeah. And I'll be back on Tuesday, 8 till midnight, with my normal show that I always do there, the music show, yeah.
The music show.
Got 4 hours of that, and then obviously Stevenage play again on Wednesday as well against Walsall in the league away, yeah.
Which will be a Walsall. I didn't even check on Walsall fans, but I think they're tier 3 as well.
All right.
So we'll thank Kieran for joining us.
Cheers, mate. Enjoy your win. I know you will.
Catch you all soon. Take care. Bye.
Right, definitely don't sing any voiceovers. No, stay off of that.